Rainbows and unicorns.
Or you just be like
Rainbows, unicorns, happy, happy.
Okay,
puffy
have you
clouds.
seen Drink? Pink fluffy unicorns dancing in rainbows, the video?
Well, yeah, remember
Is it funny?
Watch it right
little
now.
like
Watch
thing
it
I
right
made was
now.
the cover
Trust
red.
me.
Oh, is that that?
Maybe get
You
a
played that
vest
for us,
underneath.
didn't you?
You realize that's a
Is that the one you played?
Yeah.
Where it's the weird music?
I
They're all
could
dressed
either,
up like
you know,
furries?
take that
Nope.
off or-
Oh, it's not that one?
Nope.
Somebody
Have it
showed
open, leave
you
it
showed,
open,
we
and
watched a
then
really
have
weird
my,
where
my
it's a
wedding
kid's
wedding
video.
Oh,
It's the same
well, it doesn't hear with that.
harmony
Oh,
all the
yeah,
time, but
yes,
they're
I
all
know.
dressed up like
Fluffy
furries.
unicorns
when they
dancing in
sing.
rainbows.
And then
You showed me that video. You said it was the new rage of what kids are watching.
little Murphy gun things.
Yeah.
So
Clearly, you don't remember.
Yeah.
she doesn't
A
know.
lot of that going
But
on.
then, ooh,
That's not bad.
yeah.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah, it's
Just
it
saying.
goes around the hip and then to the thigh. So,
All right, what's it called?
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing in rainbows.
pink. Oh, hang on.
You know it? Yes.
Sir, I have that as my wife's ringtone.
You gotta watch the video though.
Oh, I've seen it.
The video is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Rich people's homes are on the edge of a landslide in Hunt Canyon.
I can't imagine why they're falling.
Oh, darn.
It looks like
I was $25,000.
Stripper pole. That's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We have a couple new players. We've taken a bit of a long break. We're kind of back from our summer break. We were on last night and we're on tonight. I think we're on for the foreseeable future, at least for the next couple months before, we probably will take a break for Candela or maybe another
I
game
won't be here
system.
the first week.
Hey, but
That's right.
So you'll probably
We'll play one without her.
Well, that if you're the only one gone, we'll probably play without you. But yeah,
Yeah, then we'll find all the magic stuff.
yeah, that's when you find all the magic and all the
And all
cool
the
stuff
bags
that
of
she can.
holding.
Yeah,
Familiar.
And we all get magical pets while she's gone.
Are you
also,
gonna deny
And we all turn to tabaxi.
there'll be 1 week in
Clerics.
Doesn't matter who
August
has
that
a
I'll be out.
backpack, I'm just-
Anniversary.
yeah. Just let us know.
Yeah.
The
We got
face.
you.
It's all
I
the
know
face.
now. I know you see that face every once in a while, there, Jason.
He sees it a lot.
Uh-huh. I had to go there.
Oh, happy memories.
It's
Happy
still on my
memories.
table with a board on it.
Happy memories. Happy memories. Well, welcome to session 7, everybody, as we say goodbye to one bard and hello to another bard, and our local spy network.
Technically, yes.
and we'll get to their introductions shortly. But just an extensive recap. It seems as if this delay in rescuing Torin had caused the team to
Just let him die.
find their way
That seems to be the theme.
into the family mines after defeating Torin's kidnapper and then discovering a cache of a large amount of explosives and weaponry. On the way back, Takit had decided best to hide it in the local mines that have been abandoned for some time. And of course, hiding it there, they came across a particularly large creature. And then dealing with that, decided to investigate the mines. Here they found a fractured remnant of a Fey pocket. And within this Fey pocket, they made some discoveries. Probably the most notable discoveries is that a blind, ancient Hydra-like creature is guarding over a place called Dominion. And this temple, with the Dominion reference on it, but the team was able to escape. Unfortunately, while they were in the Fey fragment, they'd been missing for up to a week. They made their final trek of their journey back to Takit's residence, late in the evening arriving, and everybody flopping immediately into their local, into their rooms, and finally taking that long-deserved long rest after finally returning back into the mired and back into the residence of Takit. It is the morning of your first day of return. All of you begin to wake up. As you come down for breakfast, you can't help but notice that breakfast is already on the table. And there is a strange individual wearing a chef's apron and putting food on the table. Baroque, how would you describe yourself?
Well, you see the chef apron tied in the back, but a large, about 6.5 foot figure, a very large and frizzy shock of red hair. And as he turns around, you see bleach white bones and very poking out of the chef apron, very elegant red coat with a green vest underneath. Takit, I've been waiting.
Good morning, Baruch. It's, nice to see you above ground.
You know how long I was waiting for you in that damn basement?
I don't know. We took a
At least a week.
slight
About a couple
trip.
more days after.
Do we even know he had him down there?
Strange.
So like
7 days,
Yeah, like
Takit.
like Rick
Since you
Thurman
said you were
about
going
it.
out.
You're like, fuck.
Yep. That tracks. It's about 7 days. Yes. Apologies. Thank you for making breakfast.
I didn't make any for you.
That's fine.
He doesn't eat anyways. He's dead. There's just like awkwardness.
These guys
more
know
than
about
oatmeal?
him before. Is this the first meeting?
This
There's-
would be the first
there's,
time I've
some-
seen him.
There's eggs and bacon. Do not ask where I got it from.
This is my old friend Baroque.
Oh my god, I attacked the table.
Yeah, it's like real
It's like
food.
not
It's not gruel.
oatmeal.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah. There's
cheap, it's not like the
there's
cheap food that you've
bacon,
been
eggs,
eating.
and fried,
That,
potatoes.
that bacon's not the Raptors from out back, right?
Oh no.
No.
I don't even care. Oh, this is awesome.
Maggot's just like making food love. When Baroque looks around the table,
Would you mind making
Talia, what would you
introductions?
look like to Baroque at this point?
I look like I am a Aarakocra. And have you ever seen a
Dracula
Dracula parrot? Hold on, I think I have a picture.
Of course you do.
Oh, damn it. Where did I put it?
Imagine Dracula's parrot. Ta-da.
It's mostly black, but with like
With
red
red,
on the cheeks.
yes.
Red
Red,
It's
black,
called,
red feathers.
it's called plumage. Red plumage.
red on the cheeks. And you
She's a pretty scary bird.
Pretty scary bird. Yes. In cleric's robes. Little wooden owl on my shoulder.
And then looking from Talia, you look over towards Maggot.
Yeah, you see a
Bacon on the side. Eggs
Yeah,
all
you
over
see
the
There's
bread.
yolk dripping off the tip of
Yeah,
his
you just made
nose.
food love to breakfast.
he's got like a short leather jacket on. It's got like
How do you keep us
You
the
know.
elements?
fur in it, fur collar. It's got like a aviator's hat with like goggles.
Did your ears like stick out? Or
Yeah, my ears. There's cutouts for my ears to come out. And it's got like a little puffy pants and boots.
You see an old stub of a cigar tucked in his ear.
Yeah,
His ear.
Oh, yeah, like a pencil.
over his
That's
ear.
gross.
Is this like a magical cigar?
And I'm
Or is there
eating.
just always one appears there? Just-
It's lit and smoking, and then the smoke is going in, and the smoke is trailing.
When you breathe,
Oh, it's an ever-lit
Now des-
cigar.
Now describe you and your 14 pets.
You're the one with the pet.
I know. It's not a pet. It's a mount.
It's a pet.
It has
It's a
purpose.
bat.
It's not to pet.
It's your
It's to
girlfriend.
ride.
Kind of a
Is
whore.
that what I've been cleaning up after?
Oh,
No, she
the
won't
white
let.
stuff that falls down from the inside the tower. That's my bat's shit.
It makes great fertilizer. I gotta thank you for that at least.
Yeah, unless it hits you on the top of the head, then it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Cobalt.
But-
I've just
Yeah.
been using it to, as gel.
Oh, all right. All right. Make your frizz extra frizz.
Yeah, it helps stimulate the growth of that.
And then, of course, sitting
How it
Opposite
grows out
of
of a skull, I
Tookie.
have no idea.
is
I don't know
Richter.
that either.
I'm a
Red
bork,
hair on a- Is it a lake?
part bugbear, part orc. Just some about 6 foot, I'd say. Up
You're closer to
6.5,
7.
7 foot. Yeah, I guess I'm a little bigger than that.
Oh,
Druid. I'm the rookie here, but
He's also the caretaker of most
yeah.
of the animals
Yeah.
on the presence. Either the stablery, currently in the process of taking care of a group of raptors that they are kind of training and turning into things they could ride as well. So you guys kind of all shocked at this unknown creature that you've never seen before. Takit begins to just kind of not mention the whole story, but just say, oh yeah, this is a friend of mine that I talk to every now and then in the basement. Just kind of like is hoping to ignore the whole situation.
How long have you been in the basement?
I'll be right back. I have to go research something in the library.
Don't go anywhere.
I'll be
Tell
right back.
them the story, sir.
As you start to stand up, you guys hear the doors open. The front doors. Would you be in your trench coat now, or is it just the two of you coming in?
So right now, it would just be my appearance. The coat looks very odd. It's kind of like a, you could definitely tell it could be like reversed. You can see like brown on the inside, but the outside is kind of like a nice red almost, very, not over presencing, but it's like you definitely know someone's there. Like you can.
Very tall.
Ostentatious.
Ostentatious.
And this is your female version, right?
Yes, this is.
Very tall, young
Always-
looking
Always on the bottom.
female. Thank you for that. That kind of clarity always
Thank
goes
you.
a long way. As the young female looking version of a halfling kind of
The
walks
first
in,
thing
she's
when
very
it comes out
tall.
of the game, you get-
She looks to be maybe roughly
Get
almost
inspiration dice
between
from
5 and 6 feet. Walks a little awkwardly, very extended torso section, but you recognize Alva coming in, and
Baroque's made breakfast.
Such a fine
Help
breakfast today.
yourselves.
Just casually like wobbles over to just sit.
Yeah, so there was an unfortunate accident and someone died, and then certain rituals and incantations were spoken, and
You messed up.
and this is Baroque.
Well, let's hear the real story.
How long has he been in the basement?
Since the accident,
How long ago was that?
a week after the accident, I wasn't sure what I was going to do at first.
What year was it when you died?
I don't remember.
How long have you been dead?
Ever
You think
since
I
he
have
died.
access to a calendar?
There's a random sneeze in the room.
All I know is while I've been down there, I have mastered 4.
What year was it when you died?
As far
Again,
as you can remember, it was about 5 years ago.
It's about roughly 5 to maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I don't see the sunlight a lot when he's home.
But what year was it? When
So
you died?
he's kept you locked in the basement this whole time?
Yes.
How'd you get out?
Locked.
Skeleton key.
Wow.
And then you see the finger that is now in my hand go.
Well, I mean, I could have left you dead.
He should be the chef. I'm gonna tell you right now. This stuff's delicious. I don't care if it's human or anything else.
Is it?
Delicious.
I would
And-
please tell me more. I haven't
What is
tasted
human?
anything in a
I
long
don't know, whatever.
time.
Can I do a slide?
That
Try to see
thing.
if I can get like an apple to slide down.
Can you give me a sleight of hand?
Reach from torso.
Just the cup.
Pardon me while I
Excuse me, but is
I
that
know.
Excuse me, is that a baby's arm or you
Was
just
that a
haven't
long
seen
time
it?
ago we killed all the humans?
What was it? Total Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quato.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I'd take that. Let's do that. I'll take a Quato instead. 2 halflings.
But no, in about the
Yeah.
5 or 6 years I've been down
Sure,
there,
it'll be
I've
one.
I've mastered a few more
Inside of
instruments
Zephora.
and been able to keep my hair. I give it a good tug.
So
Super glue it
16?
on?
16?
No,
I mean,
it's
not
in there, and
expertly
I
done.
open
it's
my
just kind of like you're
my
just
mouth and you
shrug up
see-
just kinda,
Yeah, and the
Like
apple
red
kind of courses
lips
down your sleeve,
of some
and then
sort.
you feel your brother kind of
You
grab
just
it.
embedded
And
it in
you
your
hear a
skull.
silent.
it's one of the few things I still
you know,
have
the
from
puppets
being
sit there
alive.
on boards.
I mean, when you're alive, it's not embedded in your skull. That's not how hair grows.
Oh, I know. Like I said, he messed up.
I'm gonna be good stealth.
Just sleight of hand.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Those are nerds.
Sorry.
Oh, they're
They're fun time nerds.
Can I
edibles.
see it? I'm not gonna eat them.
Oh, yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanna see it.
They like little sunflower seeds.
No, it's
They're-
nerds.
It's a fire.
Yeah, I know.
nerds.
I didn't even know that was on there until just I looked. I was like, oh my
What does it
god.
say on there? Oh yeah, that's right. The purple penis envy.
Yep.
Someone's jealous of Grimace.
I'm not gonna say it.
Grimace
Purple
shakes.
people eater takes on a different connotation.
So
Yeah.
breakfast.
Definitely.
Oh, by the way, make sure you guys click off your long rest.
I can't even get to the alone.
Oh, that's so sad for you.
So after I had taken my long rest, since I don't actually sleep,
Yeah,
I
you
had
meditate.
set up the ritual,
Okay.
which I'm now gonna have to change because I'm bringing more people.
Yep.
But I wanted to go and check the library for Trin, the Fae person.
That's right. Oh yeah, the interesting Fae person.
Yes.
Give me an investigation check, and you reset the ritual for the teleportation to the. I believe you're trying to get to the spire, right?
Yeah, crown spire.
18, yes, Crown Spire.
To the crown spire. Okay.
18,
18.
modified.
Your morning, once you're done setting up the ritual for the teleportation, you actually have obviously some more luminary shard available to you. So you have some excess now.
Because I got was it a fist-sized
Yep.
chunk?
Yeah, big old chunk.
Big old chunk.
And the amount that you used for the ceremony for transportation was probably the equivalent to the size of a gold coin, which is all you had left. Now you have quite a bit available, depending on whether or not you share it with the key or not.
I would sure keep it.
Okay.
Is
So that would
expensive?
go into
It is?
that would go into the vault.
How much bacon will it buy?
So you currently have a pound of luminary shard, is what you currently have.
There was the luminary shards
Oh my god, we're even there.
that were also in the robe with a dozen pockets.
Yes.
So we have some of that too.
And we got the
That's why you have a pound.
sapphire.
So between the small chunk that you grabbed and what you've retrieved from the coat,
Not even.
you have a pound of luminary shard.
Innuendos.
Takes a how many ounces in a pound? You remember?
16.
16 ounces. It takes an ounce of luminary shard to operate the teleportation circle. So you have enough for 15 more trips. Or if you can acquire more, obviously you can always buy more. And I think the treasury has a bit of wealth in it now based on raiding the camp that had kidnapped Torin as
Yeah.
well.
We didn't find any money.
And the sapphires.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
the
I think you found
crystal
some
monster.
coin.
There was coin, 800 random coins in the robe of a dozen pockets.
So
Which
that'll
is
take some
why
time to sort
I
out.
really wanted to acquire it back
So,
because that's where all of the money is that we found.
Yes.
That's fair. Before
so do we
the
get our
death of
3 years
father.
of back
Or the
pay,
death of our
or do we get 3 years of back pay now, or when do we get that?
I thought you were a slave. You don't pay slave.
Indentured. We prefer the term indentured.
Indentured servant.
Yeast.
Indentured fanatic.
How long have these guys been here? Do I know?
At least a
Do you
year.
remember? Okay.
Yeah, they've been working with you for at least a
You don't
year.
remember? It's been 10 years.
Hans and Alva have been working for you for a couple of years, but they've just always been your eyes and ears. And you've known Baroque ever since the two of you used to party and travel about the Crooked Finger and visit all the different towns and villages. And it's just that one unfortunate incident that took place.
What was he before he became that?
I was an orc.
No,
He was a lot more fun.
what was he?
A lot more fun.
Do I have any type of recognition of how long ago this occurred?
About 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
about 7.
Okay.
It was way before your mother's passing, so you had a lot of free time, and you used to travel the different small villages and hamlets within the Mired Valley to kind of keep a watch on the estate and do some tax collecting and other things to keep the wealth of the coffers, at least, if not overflowing, to the point where they could pay the bills. That's why you secretly hoped that getting the council seat and sitting at the table would finally give you enough wealth to maybe reestablish the estate to the level that you would like to get it to. Unfortunately, you guys went missing for that week, and now you're not entirely sure what's going on with that. Because Torin had already returned, and who knows what happened after that.
You shall find out.
Yeah. So as you, before waking everybody up to come down for the morning meal, you spend a great deal of time looking up documents and books related to the mining consortium that your mother's family used to run out of the mines. And she describes it as a salt/iron mine as the interest of the family. And then due to a strange accident, it was determined best to shut it down. That is about the most information you can find, and no relevant information about the individual who goes by the name of Trid.
Okay.
The mine was essentially abandoned after some mysterious accident. They attempted to find buyers for it, but nobody was interested in purchasing it.
Maybe due to some unfortunate rumors or something going on.
And are we going to go to that? Are we going to the city?
Yes.
The city.
Kind of needs
Can I
some
finally get out of this place?
spending cash for
Um,
some spending coin, possibly.
How-
from the treasury?
how common are skeletons walking around here in this world?
They are usually animated servants if you do see them in the public
So
spaces.
spot on.
It's actually not that unusual to see very unique looking creatures and entities and individuals in the Crown Spire.
Okay.
The region known as the Crooked Finger, Crown Spire, from the outside looking in, you're kind of the bad guys. The Crooked Finger is not a very well reputable place.
Okay.
And the fact that you
I like
reside
that.
in Eastern Luna Verde, it's mostly made up of the more kind of
So it's
nefarious kingdom.
Questionable.
Yeah. So you get the feeling that he might actually be okay to bring along.
Glenn? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Just
course.
right, Butler
Yeah,
outfits.
of course.
Finally.
I mean, we had a bard, but he disappeared.
Oh, I know. He was absolutely terrible. I heard him practicing all the time.
Yes, well, he is dust. Literally. we believe.
Yeah,
We
I'm in
landed
agreement
in-
with you on that one, Val. He wasn't in my top 40 list.
So I've
Wait, you have a top 40?
I will
Yeah.
go. I assume
Done everybody?
Alva and Hans, you'll be joining us.
Yeah.
All right. I will need your assistance in the city, eyes and ears and such. I will go.
7 is the area.
Excellent. I will go modify the ritual, and when you're ready, you can meet me in the ritual room.
Double check your calculations, please.
Wait,
Yes,
You
this is
just
much
told me.
ritual
simpler.
for what?
This is much simpler. The teleportation ritual.
I ain't going.
All right.
Well, you won't get any more of the food I make.
I ain't going till I get paid. I want some money. First time I ever been to a city.
How much money do you want, Maggot?
Well, how much do I want? All of it.
And in the
Okay,
crown
I'll-
spire, they're referred to as gold crowns. So typically, whatever currency you bring, you have to exchange once you're there with the money changers, and then they give you the
Is it
local.
1-to-1?
It is 1-to-1.
2 of our party didn't make it, so we'll split it 1, 2, 3, 4 ways.
How much did we haul? How much was the haul?
482 gold, 200 silver, and 118 platinum.
Pretty decent haul.
How much?
Plus, you have. Did you end up
We
leaving?
have the reptilian belt.
Oh, that's right. He stole all of the explosives, and all that's gone. Correct.
Who's he? Oh yeah, what's his face?
The
The
accountant.
accountant. He
We'll hunt
took.
him down.
Yeah. Well, no, the explosives we buried.
You intended to leave them in the mine
We buried them in the cave.
Yeah,
before you went into the Fae
buried all the
fragment.
firearms.
Okay.
Stuff. Yeah, remember?
So all those are in the cave, but everybody else is gone
Yeah.
and left with all the other kit and gear. And
Yeah, he took.
Well, with any luck, we'll run into him in.
Well, we'd
Crown
already
Spire.
had the mirror stolen.
correct.
I don't want to hear about what we don't have. I want to hear about what we have.
How much is a month's pay?
I mean, you would if normally, of course, given Maggot's overall requirements of room, board, and everything else. Normally,
The
I
DM's
mean,
against me.
it costs you like 15 gold a month to upkeep him and feed him and everything. So, under normal circumstances,
And
you
then
pay him
1,000
like,
for-
you know, you keep 15 gold and then pay him like 25 gold for the month's worth of work that you'd be involved in. And this is a bit more extreme. He normally doesn't get involved this much. Normally, he just kind of keeps an eye on the estates and make sure that people aren't, you know, stealing or rustling raptors or do anything too nefarious. So this would probably be worthy of a bonus.
Cut of the adventuring profits.
I mean, normally you give him about a 50 gold stipend.
Yeah, I was thinking 50
And-
gold.
And then, of course, you know, because he is a member of your residence, maybe anywhere from 3 to 7% of the take of something similar to what you just acquired out in the fields.
Okay. Can we divvy that up?
Do we want to divvy it up between the 4 of us or between? I'm not mathing right. The 6 of us.
I'd round it up to 10% just to make it the math easier. That's me.
So do 10% to each of us, and then to keeps the 30. That'd be 40%.
Okay. And then we'll obviously be paying Hans and
Alva.
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 And
For
since
what?
They still are under his employ,
They didn't go adventuring with us.
but they're still under his employ
One was locked in the dungeon.
for 7 years. He deserves some payment.
For what? You don't pay prisoners.
Services
You lock 'em up.
rendered. We don't know what he was doing with him in the dungeon.
Here's a copper for
You
breakfast.
Don't wanna know.
Maggot.
You
What?
don't want to
Illegal.
know.
Yeah,
By the
I
way,
want gold.
Then shut
Booger.
Which I could just get locked up somewhere and get paid.
He's
Not
maggot.
risk
That's
my
right.
ass.
Maggot, right. I'm
On
sorry,
the
he's small and
road.
green.
Pull you
How many
out of
servings of that food did
quicksand.
you eat, Maggot?
Huh? What?
How many servings did you eat?
Like he's
One.
bathed. He's like bathed in food.
He ate
No, I ate one.
No, you
One
usually,
serving.
You usually eat to keep serving food.
I make it look like you ate.
Yeah.
I'll take like a bite out of the bacon and leave it on the
Put it
plate.
over on his
No, you
plate.
did eat, buddy.
Little slip of paper ends up in front of you.
Damn, I wish I learned how to read.
Yeah. Blow it out your bone hole, buddy. I ain't paying for breakfast. This is breakfast that was owed to me. And you know what I've been eating for the last 2 years? Oatmeal. Did you see the 50 pound bags of oatmeal in the kitchen? And the pot that's got oatmeal crusted on it?
Actually, you would have because they were infested with rats and like little insects
think I
kind
got
of
the
coming out.
Some of them were good.
Was
Some of them
that bacon?
some of them had little brown raisins in them that were pretty good, but you know what?
Rat bacon and rat sausage.
You didn't get that all the time.
Meat is meat.
Neat is neat.
There's a ritual spell I gotta send you.
Oh, please do.
Wait, is it
So-
what I'm thinking of?
You're gonna go adjust the ritual
Yeah.
while they bicker about how much to pay Maggot.
Yep.
Okay. And the way the team is described, so Talia is the kind of oracle, kind of the
The religious center.
yeah. She's a grave cleric, so or death cleric.
Death cleric.
She's a death cleric, so
Hence the Dracula period.
yeah, and her oracle sense is kind of just the way that Takit's divinity tries to stay level set. He keeps her around because he's trying to be normal. That's what he's trying to be. Maggot is in charge of his security. Richter is the kind of like the local hippie, does the gardens and the stablery. Just kind of like
he's
all
growing
around.
some purple penis envy after
yeah.
There you go.
That's what was in the greenhouse.
And Hans and
Don't burn
Alva
it.
would be his eyes and ears within the Mired Valley.
It's not like I can breathe it anyway.
See, then don't burn it if you like.
Because that
I
incense
wonder if I
turn
could make
just
it
lit
into
up.
a nice bomb.
Probably.
So you're going
They're
to
called
go modify the ritual.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you begin to do that. How much are you doling out to everybody for the trip?
She's doing the math.
I'm
Oh,
doing
okay.
that right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't interrupt her. I'm sure she gets all.
Quiet you! Quiet you!
Quiet.
Third party voice!
Quiet, you weird voice.
Doing the math. 8. Okay. Go ahead and give me a D100 in anticipation of the teleportation.
Oh, 9th level of hell. It looks very
It's warm here.
warm here.
72.
Oh, the water's dust.
72.
The water's ash.
Should have been 42. That would have been a great number.
Okay, so each of us gets 48 gold, not to keep. Each of us gets 48 gold, 20 silver, and 11 platinum. Here, I got one.
48 gold, Satan.
I will say it again. 48 gold, 20 silver, and 11 platinum.
Thank you.
That's crap. But all right.
That's crap.
That's the man who's supposed to be security, and yet I got through the door so easily.
I don't care. What are you gonna do? flash me.
Show me your baby's arm.
apple.
Holding an apple.
It's like this.
But now it's an apple.
Now, when we fence the platinum bracelet and the platinum necklace and that reptilian belt that
Just cut it in half. Cut it in pieces.
squeezes us to death, once we fence those, we can split the proceeds for that.
I'm sure you guys hit that visitor through the mirror, didn't you? Footsteps that came out, walked around, and walked back into it.
We were asleep for that.
We don't have a mirror anymore. Do you want to write down your gold, or do you want me to keep track of it?
I'm going to
You wanna
take
write
50 gold and 2 platinum with me,
Okay.
and the rest of it can go in the stash.
which is in the pockets, my pockets.
Or the, okay.
I will keep track of.
What the heck? That ain't gonna buy us a hotel room.
I have lodgings. I have a townhouse.
Yeah, he actually does have a residence
you have a
in the
townhouse?
Spire. Yeah, he hasn't been to it for a long time. He hasn't really
You know what?
needed to go to the
I said,
Spire.
Mom,
You said 50 gold?
after this is done, I'll stay there
You said 50 gold?
and I'll take care of it. I'll be the
50
caretaker
gold
of
and
that
2
pad.
platinum.
50 gold, 2 platinum. Okay.
You need people to sweep up stuff, right?
We'll see.
Just leave me a sack of oatmeal.
We'll see.
Give me a sack of oatmeal. I'll be
Give me a second. I'm good to go.
Mind you, while they've been gone, I've been feeding the oatmeal to the raptors.
The raptors need meat.
They die of bound bowels.
I don't know.
Their whole
There's
Alive.
rats.
their raptor holes
There's
open
also
up and
rats.
just
They
like
eat rats.
like dry, just
Oh.
dry.
Like as soon as Richter hears him say that, Richter gets up and starts running towards the stable.
There were oatmeal field rats, okay?
There's some hung up and all the belly meat's gone. This is eating bacon. My rat, maybe my bat's not around. Maybe I'm eating bat bat bacon. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
All right,
No, you look up, little Belfry hanging up in the rafters.
Belfry, come on.
Lands alongside you, kind of nuzzles up to you, takes a big poop on the floor.
Look, more gel.
Add one
Push
to
it-
my
push it real
Arcana
good.
roll.
So 9
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rub
I
his,
forgot I have
I
a
rub her tummy.
intelligence bonus after me.
I rub her tummy. Get it all out. We're going on a trip.
On our favorite rocket ship.
I mean, you have to augment it another time for Belfry to travel through.
I assume Belfry.
Oh, you assume Belfry's gone. Okay, that's good. So Richter, you check in on the raptors. It's gross, but you get one
Yeah, I
of
did not
the
clean
stable one of the stable kids to kind of go back to feeding meat, and you chastise them, let them know, don't let the skeleton feed the raptors anymore. And they're like, "Boy, he was scary," and they just kind of break down in tears, and clearly they are heavily traumatized by whatever Baroque was doing.
Bagpipes. Bagpipes were involved.
So you managed to get that all taken out of order. One of the female raptors has laid a clutch while you were gone. So you now have 6 small raptor eggs on
Omelets.
clutch as well.
Write that down on your paper because you are keeping track of the animals.
Omelets.
Okay.
That is definitely not where I got the
How
eggs
many
from.
rats? A clutch of how many? 6?
6 raptor eggs?
6 raptor eggs.
For breakfast?
As there's like a piece of egg hanging off your face, just.
With like a tail, with like
Yeah.
a semi-formed tail.
It's our version of Balut.
Sorry, I just got that. Thank you.
Crunchy nut.
So all of you get funds, get your kit, get your gear all put together, and eventually, an hour after breakfast, you head up over to the north tower, and on the 3rd floor is the ritual chamber, where Takit is waiting for you. And the glow of the luminary shard dust is invoked. Teleportation circle. You watch as Takit's the first one through, one by one. Each one of you step through a reluctant Belfry, you pull her through, and
Paper bag down below. Don't puke on something.
You are in a very similar looking chamber, except there is a very elderly man sitting in a chair, kind of startled awake, looking at the six of you and the bat and Baroque and oh, Master Takit, I was expecting you a week ago. We weren't aware. We assumed that you weren't coming. Apologies for the lax presentation of. Anyways, it's very early. Follow me, and walks over to a door, opens up the door, out onto a patio that overlooks this section of the Starlight District. You're in a 9-foot tower that is looking down on what you would remember is called the Celestial Emporium, which is this massive marketplace in the Starlight District, very kind of like the upper tier. Your residence would be located in the northern portion of the Celestial Emporium on the fringes of the marketplace. You can see all the pearlescent and iron buildings that make up the home of the Star Whisper dynasty that runs the Crown Spire. You can see the other regions of the city off in the distance. But the one thing that always reminds you when you're here is that the Crown Spire is built inside of an ancient caldera on the highest point of the mountain line that runs all the way through the Crooked Finger. And it gives you this strange, it's the equivalent of like Denver, like that mile high feeling. So the air is a little bit thinner because you guys are literally at the highest point within the Crooked Finger Kingdom. And this massive city of maybe about 50,000 people sits up on this ringed area of the caldera. And it's broken up into about 8 major districts. But the district that you've arrived in is the Starlight District, which is where the governance and the kind of those in charge kind of function out of. This is where most of the elite of the Crown Spire are. The old man begins to lead you down a set of stairs and down into a garden space. Well, Master Takit, good to see you. Unfortunately, the council has already replaced your initial. Yes, we are sorry to have to announce that to you. Your residence is still available to you. Yeah, this is awkward, to say the least. Unfortunately, where is she? Lord Astraeus would like to speak with you this evening when you have time. He will call upon you at your residence. Anyways, good to see you again.
Sounds like
You watch as the old man begins to slowly climb up the stairs, heading back towards the ritual chamber.
What's his name?
You require last you couldn't remember, he goes by the name of Logan. And he is
Thank you.
Caretaker Logan.
Thank you, Caretaker Logan.
Oh, yes, of course. Always good to see a Takit in the city again.
Did he say a Taki?
Whatever your family name is.
Okay.
So I told you, if you let me out more, people would know your name.
It might be a good thing, it might not.
We want to be famous,
There's
not
no such
infamous.
thing as bad publicity.
We want to be famous, not infamous.
Again, there's no such thing as
Hans, Alva,
bad
I'm going to
publicity.
need some quick work from you.
Rachel, he's talking
Hans, Alva, I'm going to need some quick work from you. I need you to snoop around and find out who's taken the seat that was promised me and what has happened to Thorin. That was Thorin was the
Other bar.
guy
Thorin.
who came.
to you. He's Torin.
Thorin. He
The
came here
representative of the Dynasty Council.
He was the one that came and brought all the paperwork for the council seat. And if you're out and around, it's not top of the list, but we need to find out. We need to make some inroads with the hammer strikers. Hammer Strikers?
Yep, the Hammer Strikers would be in the Ironworks quarter.
Hammer Strikers in the Ironworks Quarter. I have a meeting with Lord Estrellas this evening at 3 bells, whatever it is.
Well, he will
said
call
later
upon you, as far as you know.
He just said he'd come here.
So,
I will go see who might know a thing or two. So kind of wander well out.
Head out in the direction of the Ironworks, and well, actually, you're in the Starlight District, so you'll probably head over to the council chambers first to see if you can figure out who's taken over the seat representation for the Citadel Watch.
Get a little nosy, go talk to people.
thank you.
Go ahead and give me survival first to get the lay of the land. The one that's being pointed to the center point seat as one of the council members of center point.
Yeah, 20.
Nice. Okay, go ahead. Give me investigation with advantage.
Yeah, I know. Get a laugh out of that while you can. With advantage, even with advantage, I got a 4, but with investigation, so it's a 7.
7. So while you make your way over to the council chambers, just north of the Emporium, you
Walking for me.
yeah, you just it is a strange sense of the people here that you get the immediate sense that the council hasn't met for a while. That's one thing that strikes you as odd. You don't really find any information specific to the person that has been nominated to one of the center point seats. You do come across a couple individuals talking about a recent agreement that was made by the council. And they seem to talk about somebody that goes by the name of Kaylin, who may have been appointed to the seat, although you're not entirely sure if it's accurate or not. Kaylin, it sounds like they're in charge of a place called the Luminary Emporium within the Arcane Enclave.
Okay, actually.
So Kaylin was appointed, so she was possibly appointed seat, and then the you said the Luminary?
She is the owner of a place called the Luminary Emporium, located in the Arcane Enclave. What are the rest of you doing with your time in the city? Takes you not maybe more than a half hour to make your way over to the residence if you choose to go there. It's a kind of like a typical garden home that people with at least some bit of influence and wealth and older family money can maintain within the Starlight District. Has all the normal accommodations that you'd need to maintain a small group of people here, food, and a small staff that's only ever kind of brought in whenever you open up the home for the season, which technically you're not here for the season. Normally you come here for the summer to escape the blistering heat of the desert. But you thought you'd be coming here as a nominee for Centerpoint, and unfortunately that you're not really sure what that condition is at this point.
I would like to also give myself a little scarab necklace.
Okay.
That's where I keep a chunk of luminary shard in it. Just
Okay, that's your
on
spell
hand.
focus,
That's
where
my-
your main focus is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snuff box.
Yep.
I mean, luminary card.
Spell.
Make sure the house
The little
servants in the house
Don't need
is
to mention
up
how
for
it's
entertaining a local dignitary.
Okay.
And
So everybody's currencies exchange equally. The vernaculars are called crowns, either silver, copper, gold, or platinum crowns.
And that's
Currently,
specific to Crown Spire.
correct.
Okay. So outside of Crown Spire, we can't spend.
Cannot spend Crown Spire coins outside of Crown Spire.
A rip off.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese coins.
It's like Disney bucks. Only every shop you walk by, we do not take Crown Spire coins here.
Did I actually say that?
No, I'm kidding.
Then it's when you trade them in, it's like 10-1.
Itchy and scratchy bucks.
It's like 10 crown spires to 1 copper. Here you go. Here's your return rate.
It's like money, but more fun.
So bad.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to go and try and fence our treasure.
Okay, go.
And sell it.
Yeah, give me investigation. See what you can find near the Celestial Emporium.
Do you want to come with?
If you don't mind, I will.
Sure,
Nice.
come on with.
Reach into my coat and I pull out this just very plain face masquerade
I'll stay with
masquerade ball
Master.
mask.
So
goes over my
Takit
face.
and Maggot are heading towards the residence. Who's all going to the shops? Baroque and Richter and Talia. Okay. And then you're off trying to get more information.
Are you going with her?
no, I'm going with you.
Investigation on Callian, like,
Sure.
just
Yeah.
kinda
Give me, start.
Take my eyes off
Give me
you
an
for a
investigation
second,
check as you
and you're
start.
in
See if you
quicksand.
can learn some more about Kaylin. Kaylin.
Did you get that?
We're in some type
Did
of
you get
danger
that
here, right?
telescope
that
from her,
is
by the way?
No, I have the telescope.
18.
He has the
Okay.
staff that was spying on us.
You might as well try stealing a dragon's treasure. Try to get a piece of magic item off of her.
Do you want? The only
You
thing
two are like
about
having this conversation
the
on your way to the
telescope takes you
residence.
2 minutes. It's the telescope and the map, or the spyglass. Spyglass
Meanwhile,
and
as you've got Belfry's reins
Mhm.
because you're not allowed to let her run loose in the city. Crowds just part as you walk by with Takit. Like, well, first of all, Takit's wearing his visage mask of hope. So when people look at him, they all see something different, which is confusing to them. But then they see little Maggot, pulling along Belfry, this giant bat that's just kind of drooling and kind of looking at everything like it's food.
Has a little twitch.
Big old
Can you
ears
identify?
just.
Yeah.
I didn't take it as
It has a
spell. Is
constant
that
look
spell?
like it wants to eat whatever it's
I didn't.
looking at. So it's, there's very subtle
Kind
changes.
of like that feeling that no matter what a spider always looks like it's going to try to bite
I
you.
need to.
Yeah.
It's like all shark smile. you know?
We still have the inkwell and a pen that have an enchantment, but we haven't been able to identify it.
There's like some guy will come out to get his horse from the tavern. It's just like drained of blood.
Jerk.
Now,
Really
the
good.
platinum necklace and the platinum bracelet that were in the robe,
I was
Those
able to
weren't
detect
magical,
magic.
Not that you recall. No.
Hmm.
it's just that
Um,
reptilian belt that squeezes you to death.
Yeah.
But we don't know what.
You don't really know what it does.
Yeah.
It could have just been a side effect or the fact that someone messed with it that wasn't attuned to it. You're not entirely sure.
Right. So
So
I got a rock.
since there's 3 of you looking, go ahead. Each one of you can go ahead and give me investigation as you begin to scan the
I had a 19.
area of the Celestial Emporium.
Guidance.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Oh no, my investigation's +5. I was looking at the wrong one. 17 plus 5 is
22. Yep.
Yeah, 22.
Plus.
I was looking at
One.
intimidation.
And
What'd you get, Richter?
Oh, sorry.
Fucking stoners.
I was tripping on his natural 20 there.
And see, I'm allowed to say that because in my high school days, when I used to game with a lot of my high
Is that
school friends,
investigation?
half of them were fucking
So-
cold stoners, man. Long hair, bongs in their laps, just smoke
Very
dripping
nice.
out of the corners of their mouths as they're like,
Because
yeah, man, I want to go over there and
I'm,
fuck that dragon, bro.
I'm proficient, not.
But we're a dragon,
I
bro.
don't even know what I was rolling for. I got a 16.
Uh,
Oh, wait, no.
Investigation?
Investigation.
I think.
Yeah.
Was it investigation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
It's the one that starts with an I.
So 23.
Plus 2. I got
Yeah.
18. 16 plus
Okay,
2.
what'd you get?
Natural 20 plus 1 on the guidance roll, and my investigation brings it up to a 23.
So- As the 3 of you begin to peruse the area known as the Celestial Emporium, it is made up of.
I want
Yes.
to make a note. I left the inkwell and pen with Takit because I
Okay.
didn't want to sell it before we find out what it is.
Okay, that's fair. So the Celestial Emporium is very much like kind of like a Moroccan marketplace. It's this huge series of canopies and coverings that sit over on top of all these different individual stalls, smaller shops, and other places that either look like they deal in trade. And a lot of it seems commodity driven for the most part. Whatever the Crooked Finger produces throughout its land, which is mostly resources of metallurgy, strange kind of desert plants, and reptilian creatures. So a lot of that is here. There are a couple shops that you see. One is called the Quill and Scroll, which looks to be a shop that specializes in supplies for writing, supplies for making scrolls, books, journaling, and stuff like that. You also come across something called
Can
the.
you play it, or can you learn?
I'm assuming I can.
Yeah.
What's that?
Identify.
I was reading
Is
that,
that in his spell lexicon?
Yeah.
or after a short rest, or spending time as a short rest.
Yeah.
I can identify it just by spending the time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on its complexity.
Okay. Okay.
Sometimes
I
simpler
can kind of get an
medium
idea of
types
what it
of
does,
items
or
can be revealing,
Yeah.
but very complex items may not always be revealing in a short period of time, depending on the item.
Okay.
yeah, it uses this kind of magic and it does something, but we don't know what.
The equal and pet, I think that's what we're gonna.
Okay.
Okay.
You come across the Quill and Scroll, the Astral Tailor, and the Elixir of the Stars. Now, the shop called the Elixir of the Stars, there's a lot of commodities in this one. You can even see inside, you can see a lizard folk individual that seems to be helping some clients, and they seem to be appraising something that they're showing them. There's an exchange. They kind of has that commodity shop kind of look about it. The Elixir of the Stars. And the front of the shop is just haphazardly stacked up with just random shit. Open crates, barrels, skins, furs, linens, cottons, lots of fabrics and textiles. The interior of the shop is more bookshelves and kind of like crates with stuff stacked on top of them. Geological material, kits, all sorts of what look to be like maybe spices and componentry that might be used as part of spell
Like it
making.
would sell jewelry.
It looks like a general purpose shop, so it looks like a good location.
And the other one, the tailoring was.
The Astral Tailor looked to be mostly of high-end clothing, garments,
Okay.
but high-end enough that maybe it might dabble in magical items as well.
You know what I'm kind of picturing? It's that TV show called Oddities.
Yeah,
That's like just this weird, eclectic.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that on the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing like army surplus where they have like
And then
all
the
the clothes
other-
and bins outside, and then you're like, oh, here are the MREs.
Yeah.
There's
Here's
a
the
mummified
like
head over
1942.
there. And there's
Yeah.
a crystal
And then the
chalice.
third store was.
The third one was called the Quill and Scroll. Looked like it's specialized in writing material, scrolls. It did have a cartography section, so there was a portion of it that seemed to deal in creation of maps as well. Otherwise, most of the other kiosks and other things you see strung throughout the Emporium are somebody selling exotic animals or someone selling specific skins.
Exotic animals, really?
Or someone selling. Don't look at me that way. Like someone selling spices, another one selling like random foodstuffs, another one like they're just these small amalgamated kind of little merchant kiosks kind of spread all out underneath the canopy.
Okay.
These seem to be the three central stores of this particular portion of the
The
Emporium.
little ones selling jewelry.
Yeah, a couple of them are. They don't look.
Cheap jewelry?
Yeah, they look like tchotchkes and touristy kind of stuff.
All right, I guess we're going to the Elixir of the Stars.
Okay. As you guys walk in, it's got that kind of like herby, head shop smell when you first walk in.
Best I
Great.
can do is
Stoners.
3 crowns. Best I can do.
As the three of you walk in, the lizard folk kind of looks up from the counter. Yes, is there anything I can do for you?
I am looking to.
Before we do step in, I would like to give her bardic inspiration.
Okay. D6?
D6.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't serve their kind here. You
I have
have to wait
the.
outside.
I do have the mask.
I know.
Who's gonna
my best canteen.
A mask and gloves to hide
No droid.
my bony fingers.
We don't serve their kind.
No skeletons allowed.
What? You don't like gingers?
A skull with
I
like
see
a
you
line
selling
to
it behind you.
You're selling ginger?
And see.
Only a ginger can call another ginger.
Ew, ginger seed? That's gross.
It's like
Soulless
only a
seed.
ninja can see.
It's extra. It's light
There's like a
calories.
rare
That's
component
all.
on a top shelf, like floating in a white liquid. Soulless ginger seed.
Would they be clear?
No, it's still got a cloudy, milky look to it.
Yeah.
Just gonna say-
Oh, so just because of that, there is another. There is another ritual.
Small,
spell.
round, tailless pollywogs bumping into the wall.
So one of the other ritual spells that I
Send me where
have
it's
on
supposed
my server
Yeah.
is called
Send me a
chill
link.
provisions.
Oh, that's
Keeping
that's
things
kinda
nice and
cool.
chill.
Yeah.
Whole.
I like
mean,
that.
it could- yeah. I'll send. I sent you the one.
That would
I
work
was talking
great for
about.
her obsession with collecting organic material all the time. So,
Yeah. So
Ooh, I
I'll
want to
send.
think it's heart, it's skin, it's tissue, it's organ meat.
Skull. I want its
Skull. I want
I
skull.
want its. Oh. I'm interested in
Can I
it.
form its skin into a bag of holding and pull a pet out of it?
No, I just cast gentle repose on it. I just have to make sure I recast it. Every 7
10
days.
days. 10 days.
Is it 10 days?
I think
10
it's
days, yeah.
10 days.
And then it's fine, and it doesn't rot in my bag. And make everything smell.
You're gonna forget.
Well, he's not just gonna forget.
Wait,
I'll be like,
didn't we
we'll
go
be
through
at
that
like
time
session
dimension thing?
90, and she'll go, okay, I'm gonna.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
You remember the
Just
episode?
think
Wait.
the
like
last
the
That's
one.
the
king.
last word.
The
dude.
first campaign of Critical Role.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that
that's what
cow.
Grog- Yeah, Grog did that.
Dude, when we went out to the Kingdom Heritage Site War,
Mhm.
and then what was the war after that one?
there was like 2 months later. There's another
Yes,
war.
2 months.
No,
later.
it was like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah,
later.
so like 3 weeks later.
Oh.
I pull out my kitchen. I left
Bag of
a plastic
vegetables.
bag of lettuce leaves. They turned liquid.
Honestly, I would prefer like meat getting left behind because it
Oh.
dries out and
no,
desiccates.
No, it
Vegetable
liquefied.
matter?
Ice chest.
It
Not in an
liquefied.
ice
It was
chest.
disgusting.
Oh, was it an ice chest?
No, it was in a plastic bag in my camp kitchen.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it contained the humidity and just
Yeah,
decompose.
I thought I.
What a lovely
this is
smell
where
you've
I put
discovered.
the little Kool-Aid packet in here. No, it's liquid. What is this?
Stinking cloud.
It was confined.
Yeah, there was I can't remember the name of the channel, but somebody
nasty.
took a apple and put it in a terrarium with just sand and the apple. And like the end of 6 months, he had a full blown biosphere, like little bugs and like things growing out of the rotting. It like turned into like a whole ecosystem on
Oh
its
my
own.
god, I want to do that now.
Right?
That'd be so much fun. Okay, so
What is a watermelon?
I'm interested in
Yes.
selling some stuff.
Oh, you have things to sell. What do you have?
And I reach into a pocket and I pull out the 6 random jewelry pieces.
Oh, well, let me take a look at those. These
And
are
I'm
quite
just standing-
nice, actually.
I'll be standing right behind her.
Well, these are very nice pieces. Where did you acquire them?
Out and about.
Discretion, of course. Fortunately, these are monogrammed. I don't
I
have.
missed that they were monogrammed. You didn't mention they were monogrammed.
You didn't roll that
You
high of
said
an
random
investigation.
jewelry pieces. I
Yeah.
was looking at them.
I described them
That's
as
why you
random.
need a thief.
You never quite took the time out with each
I just
individual.
barely got them because he didn't let us look at them when he had the robe.
I love clerics trying to do a thief's job. It's fun.
And he,
2
like,
copper.
he picks them up. Oh, don't worry, it won't affect the value too much. I tend to melt such things down, but the metallurgy quality of these things are quite good. I can give you for all of these pieces here. I can give you 800 gold crowns for all of them. think that's a good deal.
Okay. Take it.
I don't say nothing.
You're
We'll
walking
look
to the
at-
residence.
we'll look at
Walking to the
bard.
residence.
I'm looking at the bard. Yeah, okay. And then, I'm like, all right. And then what about this one? And I'll pull out the platinum bracelet.
Oh
I'm
my.
looking ceremonial.
Yeah, there's a monogram on it. There's like a little engraving.
It just says it's pure platinum. It's just the 925.
It's the maker's mark. That's all. That's just the maker's mark.
Just the maker's mark.
998.
Oh, this is a very nice piece indeed. This actually has more value to me than the other pieces, to be honest with you. I can melt this down for other purposes I might have for it. It's quite... tell you what. For platinum item and these other pieces, let's say 2,100 gold crowns total.
2100. Okay. And then, what about this one? Pull out the platinum necklace.
Platinum. He's now beginning to get a little concerned that he's dealing with fences, and he's just kind of like, you can give me a persuasion check because you've kind of drug it out, and he's getting a little nervous.
Guidance.
Because you have D4 guidance as you feel the bony fingers, the creepy
They,
bony
no,
fingers.
they're gloved.
You said
Oh,
what?
okay.
We're in public, so mask,
I've
gloves.
got gloves on.
You know, I have a little scarf to cover the clavicle neck. Yeah, D4.
And then what was the bardic inspiration?
D6.
So you start pulling out all your dice.
Ooh, I
Don't
rolled
forget
a
the
5
inspiration
and a
die I
9.
gave you today.
Oh yeah, he gave me an inspiration die earlier for the first innuendo of the game.
I'm looking for my brain while I do this, by the way. No,
It's
that's
innuendo spirit. Yeah.
a lot of math. You got this?
28.
28. Okay. You get the feeling he's just way too overwhelmed with the value of what he's seen, and the nervousness begins to kind of ebb and shift away. And
I
he,
just keep, I'm like, it's just.
yeah. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And he goes in the back and comes back a few minutes later, and he's carrying like a medium-sized metal box that he sets down on the counter in front of him. I don't quite have enough to cover all of this, unfortunately. However,
I can come back.
no, that's not the problem. I definitely want that necklace as well. So what I could do is I could do this. And he opens up the metal box and he pulls out like about maybe close to 6 ounces of luminary shard dust and places it in front of you. Equal trade, perhaps.
How much are luminary shards?
They
6
can,
ounces
depending on
usually?
quality and refinement, an ounce of luminary shard that's done by a master magician.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's
I'm
the
like,
good stuff.
I mean, 1,000 crowns of gold an ounce.
And it takes us about an ounce to travel here from. Motherfucker, that's fucking expensive.
Magic is difficult in this world.
I don't like
It's
that.
expensive.
And 6 ounces, so that's like 6,000.
Possibly, depending on its refinement.
Nagget's going to become like Tony Montana.
Big pile of-
I'm not proficient in this,
His
but
face in it.
can I do
Make
an
an insight.
Arcana check?
You can either make insight or arcana, your choice.
I'll do insight 'cause I'm a little bit better with
I'm
that.
pretty sure I offered him, not you. You do that all the
Get a
time.
white
Okay, I'll
suit.
do that then.
Black shirt.
I said, Brian, did you roll a 1?
Yeah.
That dice needs to go in the
You
They gave me a 20 last time, so it
Yeah,
literally
with
went
the
back
20
and
to
forth.
You look at the
That dice give it
luminary
the
shard dust, and you're like, "Oh, that's got to be worth way more." And you kind of whisper into Talia's ear, "It's worth thousands. Take the deal. Take the deal."
It could be really, really, really good. I believe him. But also, I've been in a basement for 7 years. This is the most social interaction.
Remind me tonight we need to reset the cable router because I'm getting a lot of signal drops again. It's usually the cable router that's doing that. Do we have a deal? Your hesitation is making me a bit nervous. I can assure you the refinement of this luminary shard test is of arcane quality enough for anybody in the
Can I
practitioner.
inspect it?
Yeah, I mean, it looks fine as far as you can tell. It looks like the stuff that Takit's messed with in the past.
I just don't know if we need the arcane door for now.
Seeing her hesitation.
No, we'll take it because
like Baroque starts looking over your shoulder. Ah, good, excellent, thank you.
it's someone
He
elsewhere.
Got
he
some magical pools.
he watches he takes all the drawing, puts it into the iron box, closes the lid, sets it aside, and that does allow me to have more coins for exchange. If is there anything else you'd like to try to barter or sell?
So I have a belt, and I'm not exactly sure what it does.
No, those are my favorite kind of things.
We tried putting it on, and it tried squeezing us to death.
Oh, may I see it, please?
Pull it out.
We've been calling it the belt of waist cinching.
Oh,
like a corset, but a corset to death.
oh well. He kind of lays it out the full length and turns it over and around, and watches he holds on to something around his neck, and there's a blue light of flare. And it's a belt of conscription.
Conscription?
Or sorry, constriction.
Constriction.
Yes.
Oh.
It requires attunement. If you're not attuned to it, it will try to kill you.
Well, that's why I tried to kill it.
Yes.
Okay. What?
Well, you see this small belt pouch? Yeah, that's a belt pouch of holding. It'll hold up to maybe 500 coins worth of weight. It gives you +1 to your armor class and gives you advantage on stealth.
Well, how much do you want for the identifier?
Oh, that's free of charge. It's fine. Do you still wish to keep it then?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Brooke just
rolls it up, and he made enough money. He could do a free identify for you.
I think that's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, could I interest you in any procurements, perhaps? Anything that you might require or need? As you can tell, my shop is very much well stocked with all manner of things for wayward travelers, roguish individuals seeking to pilfer pockets as well. It is the high season in the Spire, of course. Tourists abound, especially the Westerners are always here during this time of year.
What kind of instruments do you have?
Oh, well, if you look over there and you look and hanging, there's like a violin, a couple wooden flutes, there's a bone flute, a couple bagpipes, a banjo, a lute, strange looking airbag device that you've never seen before. He's got a whole wall of just like random pawned instruments that people have come in, pawned
I just
off
kinda,
on
like
them. And
look at the bag thing. I'm like, poke inside my rib.
are you leaking?
Oh,
Plus
sorry.
one-
We had a lot of fiber this morning. Pardon me.
Yes.
How much for the bone flute?
I'm not sure I want to talk to you. 12 gold crowns and you can have it.
And what's the exchange rate for
It was 1 to 1.
1 to 1.
1-1? Okay. So
All right over there, Matt?
Yep.
I do not. Do I have? We have crowns, right? Is that what
You've already done the
Yeah.
exchange.
Okay, yeah. So I'll hand him the 12 gold.
Oh, thank you very much.
Take the bone flute and just kind of just slide it into my sleeve.
Okay. You have that now? You have the bone flute.
That's all I had to sell. So, I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything that catches my eye.
Give me a perception check as you look about.
11.
11. Once again, the shop seems to be that kind of, it's always a good place to come and sell stuff to. And if you need something more specific, it might be here. Looking about the only thing of interest that catches your eye is that there's a bookshelf with some books on it. One of the books catches your eye. It's called The Trinity of the Star Chamber. And it seems to be the extensive history of the dynasty that currently runs the Crown Spire.
I'm gonna look look over and pull out the book and.
It's a hefty
Price
tome.
tag-
It
price
feels like,
tag on it?
it feels like an archivist kind of tome. It's old and cracked, and the lizard folk gentleman. Yeah, I can't ever seem to throw out a book. That ratty old thing, you can have it for a gold crown. I'm not even sure how long it's been sitting on that shelf. Oh, thank you very
What's
much.
the title again?
The Trinity of the Star Dynasty. Sorry, the Trinity of the Star Whisper Dynasty.
Cool. I got a book. I like books.
I got a flute.
So with that,
No,
Maggot and
I don't wanna know
Taki,
how
your
play flute.
walk through the Starlight District
With
is mostly familiar for you, Taki.
How long?
You find outside of the Emporium where you leave these three, and
Keith doesn't have a sense of
looking
humor.
over towards the direction of the council chambers is where you sent Hans and Alva off towards. But you and Maggot traverse the garden pathways and the kind of like desert iron presentations of all the different dynastic family members. It's like this weird kind of metal topiary kind of space that you guys are walking through to get towards the iron, kind of like the iron cliffs that make up where all the different residencies are. Once over there, you find the proper stairwell that takes you up to the third tier, and you're standing in front of your Spire residence. Simple 2-story structure, about maybe a half an acre of garden space around it. Unfortunately, there are no caretakers here. They weren't expecting you, so you'll probably have to figure that out later. But the two of you come into the residence. Everything is covered in cloths for long absences, and there's the occasional cobweb that you kind of have to pull down. It's been at least 6 or 7 months since you were last here. But you begin to do the basics of kind of getting the place in order. The downstairs is a common room, a sitting room, a food storage, and then like a kitchen prep room with a kind of like a veranda that overlooks the other, down into the Starlight District. And then all the bedrooms sit up on the second floor, your master bedroom or your main bedroom, and then the other 7 smaller bedrooms that either allow you to bring visitors, or if people decide to make a call, you can keep them up for the night. But yeah, just
Upon seeing the servants, I'll find a runner and send him off to
one of the local pages in the neighborhood sees you. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
give him a silver.
Oh,
Please-
silver
please-
crown. Thank you, sir.
Please fetch my servants.
Oh,
Please
yes,
stay
of
this
course.
evening.
Yes.
And I am
Master
expected to-
Keats
Yes.
of the Myad Valley, correct? I will let Donalyn know that you're back in town.
Thank you.
Within about 20 minutes, a very haggard, elderly hobgoblin. Sorry, Master Tikit, I wasn't expecting you. When we had received no word about you. Please allow me to get the place back in order for you. Kind of like
See? You need me here.
the kind of orange, yellow-skinned hobgoblin kind of puts on his jacket and begins to gather up a couple of the other runners, and they're now going to spend most of the morning to early afternoon getting it prepared for residency and
Entertaining.
potential
Yes.
visitors as well. Are we fetching Sebastian?
Remember the last guy was taking care of you.
Bruno
Yeah.
We don't talk
Bronco.
about Bruno.
or Bronco?
I didn't like Bronco either. Now I don't like this guy.
So, sir, what is on the agenda for your stay here, by chance?
Don't tell
We'll
him
be
How do I prepare if I'm not told anything?
entertaining Lord Distress. this evening.
Oh, my. Okay, so member of the Dynasty family coming. The larders are not as full as they should be. I'll have to go shopping down in the market. I think 20 gold crowns should do, sir. Thank you, sir. Puts it in the inside of his pocket. I'll take 2 runners with me, and we'll get what we need for the meal. I'll leave these younglings here to continue prepping, and I'll also make sure I get my hands on some good Crown Spire liquor as well, some of the good wines and the good bourbons, perhaps.
Excellent.
Yes, good. Well,
And,
I'll be back,
I
sir.
will, there will be. I'll give them the number of people that will be staying.
Okay, good to know.
Thank you.
Very well.
And what was his name?
Dorian.
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 Where's my people I need to keep an eye on list?
It just says all.
Where's my paranoid parchment of purveying?
So if things look like they're getting taken care of underhand, I will relax and spend some time checking out the inkwell and
Okay. Anything you want to do, Maggot, while you have a little downtime?
inkwell and pen.
Yeah. So the payments I need to make, I need to go. I want to wait to take care of that for a second, but I need to procure some stuff for that.
Okay. For
So
you,
wait for
that means you got to go to the area known as the Bastion. That's
Okay.
kind of the slummy, kind of rundown area of the Spire. A lot of criminal activity, a lot of underhanded dealings.
I'll wait for the bird to get back to see what she brings back.
Okay, that's fair.
Bash.
Alva and Hans, you begin to try to see if you can find out more about this Kalen individual.
and also the hammer strikes.
Okay, so I'll say that roll will cover both that for you. So as you go over to the Arcane Enclave, which is a kind of middle class neighborhood or middle class kind of environment.
Wait, usually taverns, I know they would probably talk.
Yeah, it's made up of mostly residential structures, small to medium sized estates. You do come across a bookstore called The Wandering Worm. You come across another shop called The Elemental Alchemist. And then you come across the local tavern known as the Crystal Cauldron. What really catches your eye is the Luminary Emporium. It is a massive 8-story crystalline structure in the very middle of the Arcane Enclave.
Is that supposed to be the same as for the place that she owns? Kaylin owns the Luminary Enclave.
The Luminary Emporium. It's part of the ward that you're in, which is called the Arcane Enclave. And it seems to take up the majority of this area. Around it, residences, and then kind of like spotty all over the place, some of these other smaller shops that you see. But not too far from her location, you'll notice that there's the Crystal Cauldron. You get the feeling that the way it's designed, it looks like it's an extension of the Emporium. So she might own both. So that tells you she's probably wealthy. The people coming in and out of the Luminary Emporium are all mages of various types and styles that come and go. Scribes, arcane practitioners, illusionary people who practice illusionary magic. This feels very much like a center point where people can come and either get componentry, and then you begin to realize what her main power and wealth is. As like there's a pervasive sense that there might be a lot of luminary shard kind of like in her shop. There's crates with guild stamp markings on it. They all seem to be involved with the same kind of guild. And in this case, she seems to be doing a lot of business with an organization called the Artificers Conclave. Artificers Conclave.
Oh, that's a fun word.
Just my new name.
Conclave.
It's the Golden Raven.
Hi, son. What are you doing? Dad, I'm busy eating my favorite fruit snacks my favorite fish,
My
and
name right now
staring
is
at my grumpy grandfather.
My name is Bruce, and these fish are food.
Hi, bud. You look like you had a good nap today. You
I
slept
put
for a
him
while.
down just before we came in.
Oh, don't say it that way.
Around me.
Thank you.
Okay. He went to sleep
Yes.
just before we came in,
That's
and
better.
he woke up about half an hour ago.
Oh, okay, good. That's a good nap. So this feels like you're in a guild district, and this might be the guild master's.
Main source of
Yeah.
income.
So that already tells you that she's probably in charge of the
She's-
Artificers Conclave, and this might be why she was picked.
Okay. What about the hammer strikers? If I like,
They don't seem to be located here, so you'd have to go over to the Ironworks, over to the Ironworks quarter. And here it's a very light to medium level industrial section of the Crown Spire.
my brother's breathing heavily, and they're like, my area.
Yeah, it's like it's very smoggy and kind of ashy from all the forges and all the mills that are functioning here.
Very London. Looking.
Yeah, but there is a very large structure that you see down, like mixed in with all the other structures. You can see the huge emblem of the Hammer Strikers over it, and it seems to be a forge works. And they too seem to be affiliated with an organization called the Corin Trade House.
KK corn.
C.
Oh, I was hearing it as a Q.
Corin.
Corn.
And now I'm just thinking of a white cat with a staff.
No, I'm sorry, corn.
Corin.
Corn.
Corn Trade House.
Trade house.
Oh my God, he's so chill tonight.
Don't jinx it.
Well, he's looking at the soulless guy like, who is this?
I don't know.
He looks very concerned right
Oh
now.
no, he's very fixated on eating. My son is a very serious eater.
Could I, would I know anyone in this area, or just to like, so like people who I would ask for like information or like kids on the street too?
Give me a history check.
Too bad this time.
Just you.
No, look at that.
Oh, no, we were kind of rolling off here seeing if we
Yeah, I
would know
know
each
each
other.
That'd
She rolled 2 3s.
That'd be great. So, history would be 19.
19. Darius's forge is located here.
Yes, you.
He's always a good person to talk to. Cranky old master dwarven tinker / armorer. There's also the Tinkertown workshop where Tobin Gearsmith, a gnome that you go to from time to time for local information.
So, what is Tobin?
Hmm?
What would Tobin be? So you said Darius is a dwarf, and then
Tobin is a gnome.
gnome.
In fact, he fashioned the collapsible brace that you and your brother used to make the trench coat seem a little bit more square in the shoulders.
Okay.
So he's
maybe
done
like
some minor
friends.
work for you.
Yeah, it was like maybe works with my brother.
Very much a traditional tinkerer.
Can I find someone? Because it's like just to kind of, I send a message over. So like I had a letter sealed with it and kind of like, oh, send the information out.
Yeah, you find a local page that's like patiently waiting in front of the message stations, and there's about a dozen young kids that kind of earn their crowns by, you know, making runnings and moving messages to those that need to get to it.
How about like the like skinniest looking kids like want
Yeah.
to take a coin?
How would you love to earn a crown?
Good. Send this letter to.
We also get to tell.
God, I don't actually just about that.
We're all
So,
backwards ass cakes.
To keep.
Yes,
Ah,
thank you.
yeah. Oh yes, that's over in the Iron Cliffs over in the Starlight District. Sure.
So
Hold on
I'm
a
gonna
second.
slip an extra coin, another extra coin. It's like be fast.
How much are you giving them?
I'm gonna give him because it's like I want him to move fast, and he looks starving. I'm gonna give him two coins.
Two gold crowns.
Two gold
He looks at it, looks at you,
Gold. You didn't
jams it into his
gold.
pocket, puts
Silver.
put the puts the letter in his like vest and just starts booking, just running as fast as he can.
Starts parkouring, like
It's probably more than he makes in like 5 months.
But I don't know how big. This
And he
kid
never
he's
goes
going.
goes
on.
back.
That kid's going tonight when that
Just
kid
gave
goes
his
to bed. He's gonna be like,
It's
I
a
haven't
very
this
full-
down. Oh.
That's just how
Food, baby.
He's got. You remember Bolt, the cat? Like, oh, look at my belly. It's distended.
Just happy kid. But
So your
the
message is being sent off to Keith's residence at this point. Okay.
it's gonna have all the like the information about what I know about Kalen and the Hammer Strikers,
Okay.
which I have no idea if he was listening or not.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on his phone.
No, I'm not
I
listening
heard,
because I'm not
about
there.
I heard about Kalen. And the Hammer Strikers. I know that they're a big forge thing, right? With dwarves. I don't know anything more than that.
Two,
Why
you
you-
hear a knock at the
Why are you
residence
spitting it
door.
all
Just,
out?
Panic kid trying to like
just frantically knocking.
Please be there, please be there.
Do any of the servants move towards it?
Door opens. Oh, very well. Grabs it, and one of the small goblins comes over to you. It says it's for you.
Thank you.
And looks like it's from Hans and Alva. And gives you all the insights into an individual that goes by the name of Kalen.
Kalen.
You would automatically recognize that
What are you
name
doing?
as she has been chosen to take
Why
the
are you
seat
spitting it all out?
of Center Point and represent the Crooked Finger as one of the seat members and
What are
the
you
council at
spitting it
Center
all out
Point. Which means the wealthiest individual in the Crooked Finger, when it comes to Luminary Shard, has been placed in that seat in your stead. And of course, all the background information about everything about her is confirmed by Hans and Alva. But then they begin to give you detailed information about the coin strikers or the hammer strikers.
Hammer Strikers.
Sorry. After 10 games, they kind of run together sometimes.
Hammer, coin.
The hammer strikers are located in the ironworks, where you'd expect them to be. And they are a member of one of the major guild consortiums. And just confirming everything you would suspect.
Confirming
Yeah.
Common knowledge.
Yep.
Okay.
So back to the three of you in the Emporium. Where do you want to go next?
There was another
That fish.
We could always go to the clothing store or the.
check out the Astral Tailor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go over there, get it.
Now, after
Uh,
being in the basement for 7 years, I could always use some new duds.
I just say thank you very much, and I put the bonus
Yes.
in my
Of course. If you ever come across any more platinum-based jewelry, feel free to bring it my way.
will do.
I require that resource a great deal for what I want. So thank you very much and good day. And kind of goes to go help some other clients. And you guys spill back out into the roadway to head towards.
What did the monogram look like when I looked at it?
It was like a K, a little V, and then uppercase P, and there was like a star symbol next to it.
Do I recognize it?
Not really. Doesn't look really familiar to you.
Oh, weird.
So it's like uppercase K, lowercase V, uppercase P, and then a star symbol.
It's like what? I mean, turn it upside down. Oh, it was to Keats. It's fine.
Yes.
So are they on the opposite area where I do? or what?
Oh yeah, you're on a complete opposite end of the city. Yep. The Crown Spire is a huge place.
We're
These
in
are the
Temecula,
more.
you're in Riverside.
Sit on.
Yeah, exactly.
Sit on.
It's very spread out too. The only obvious location is where the central spire exists, where the main dynasty, the Starlight or the Star Whisper dynasty family lives, and their personal residence is a 10-story tower, enclosed by like a 200-acre
We're not nursing.
kind of area around it of like private use. What's he looking at? He's getting he's getting that grown up face now.
Mostly he wants to nurse right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Astral Taylor.
Okay. As the three of you make your way out into the road yet again, heading towards the Astral Tailor, you the front is beyond posh. This feels upper end. You walk inside and it smells like fabric and silks and linens, just kind of
I don't know why you're
pervasive.
looking at me. I have no senses.
I know. I'm not looking at her because I thought she was going to be trying to distract him with breastfeeding, but I guess not.
Okay, I can just.
Well, no, he's not pawing at you anymore. I just wasn't sure what you're doing. Sometimes if I look at him, it distracts him.
Put on Power Rangers.
And there is a very, very thin hobgoblin female, kind of dressed to the nines in a variety of attire. She is just kind of looking through some of the clothing and sorting them and sees the three of you come. Oh, hello. What can I do for the three? Oh my, you need like a shave and a waxing, perhaps. I'll visit my friend
Possibly,
Gertrude
yeah.
over at the salon. That might do. You're a bit pale, aren't you?
Just a little.
Yes. What can I do for the three of you, please? Quickly and yes, what can I do for you?
Wanted to check out your wares.
Yes, well, I have evening garments, I have day garments, I have travel clothes, I have celebratory wear, and everything you can imagine I do have.
Is it all fancy clothes?
That's what I cater in, is fancy clothing.
Any
Yes.
magic clothing?
Depends on what kind of magic clothing you are looking for.
Well, what kind do you have?
I have magic clothing that do things.
Like?
Well, I have clothing that can make you look like other things. I have clothing that can make you quite silent when you choose to be. I even have clothing that can make you invisible for a short period of time. And I even have some clothing that might allow you to fly, in case you have to, meet someone for that nightly dalliance that you need to not be observed doing.
Oh my.
How
Not
much
you.
for the clothing that makes you? What about the clothing that makes you invisible?
Yes, I've got some shoes of invisibility, and I have a tunic of invisibility as well.
Can't wear shoes.
Oh, no, you can't, can you? I'm so sorry. I just realized that you're an Aarakocra. Are you from Are you from Atmo, perhaps? Or one of the others? She doesn't know where she's from. I love it. That's how you know I wrote her background.
You did not read my background, but I
You
wrote
wrote
it
her
down.
background?
No, ChatGPT did.
Oh my god.
Hold
Did a
on.
really good job at it, too.
Did it?
Carolyn.
Oh, you're from Ireland. Good. Well, unfortunately for you, I don't quite make many things of Aarakocran design. I do have belts and other things. I do have a belt of invisibility, if you're so inclined. It's actually the last one I have.
How much is the belt of invisibility?
Oh, I could sell that to you for 1,400 gold crowns, perhaps.
I will think about it.
Oh, well, the two of you, anything I can...
Yes.
You would look great in a nice duster. I think you'd look good in a duster, too, for travel.
I would.
Go with your mask and your obviously soulless hair.
Yes, maybe with a hood to protect the wonderness of this.
He
Sure, we could go
likes
with that.
his hair.
It's important to like the only thing on you that's good. Anyways, what can I do for you?
The clothes. What kind of clothes? Should that make you look like different things?
Yes, I do have clothes that are imbued with illusionary magic. You can disguise yourself for a short period of time if you needed to.
And how much does that run?
Well,
Does it
I
come in
have
the
I have a hat that does it. I have a shirt that does it as well. The magics are all basically the same. It's the flavor of your choice of wares. Allows you to change your look and your appearance for up to an hour. I can pot with those for about 800 gold crowns. Very simple enchantments, nothing too extravagant. I like to cater in those that find secret places to have secret meetings.
Well, that's always good in my line of work.
You have instruments hanging off your pale body. I would
Yes.
imagine your line of work is entertainment.
It is, but I also need to make sure I have some secret meetings after hours.
I don't have any secret. Oh, secret meetings after hours. Oh, of course. Are you looking to disguise yourself then?
Occasionally, yes.
I also have this really nice jacket you can wear. It offers you an advantage of being quite quiet when you need to be.
How much does that run?
That one is quite high in demand. That one will run you about 1,600 gold crowns.
I'll need to talk to patron.
Oh, very well.
As
Understood.
he is a little late in my monthly.
Oh, I
allowance.
understand. Interesting. Anything I get you, my big furry friend? Anything you require?
Nothing I can think of right now.
Oh, unfortunate. I have shaving kits on sale. Anyways, is there anything else I can get the rest of you?
No, I just wanted to look.
Oh, well.
It's a lovely store.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'll keep that belt in mind. If it's still here,
Very well. Okay.
in
I
case you
didn't
sell it.
thieves the case my joke. Anyway,
No.
well, you're a quite suspicious lot. I mean,
We just arrived with.
tourists, your West Enders, of course. I'm so sorry you don't know the etiquette. That's fine. I understand.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
Oh no, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. Very much forgiven. Well, anyways, enjoy your visit in the spire. Good luck. Goodbye. Good riddance. Anyways, and she just kind of goes back to sorting and managing everything. Where are you heading off to at this point? You gathered up a good chunk of information. And you would know there's the Starlight District, the Ironworks Quarter that you're currently in, there's the Arcane Enclave that you just came from.
Excuse me. Thank you.
There's still the Market Plaza, Artisans Alley, the Bastion, and the Verdant Gardens. Make up all the major parts of the city.
I wanted to check out the Wandering Worm because you said a book, kind of like, is it a bookstore or is it like a library?
It looked like a very traditional bookstore.
Wandering Worm, you said?
Yeah,
That was in the Arcane Enclave area?
Yes.
Who, you?
It was in the.
Yeah, it was back in the Arcane Enclave, yes.
I want to actually. Is there any type of like library or kind of so it's like maybe a area where I could find not like basic knowledge area or.
If there's anything, it's going to be over in the Starlight District. And it'll probably be back over by either the council chambers. You've heard rumors that the family dynasty district is really much renowned for maintaining quite the collection of academia and library related to arcane study. But I mean, it's both expensive to get in, and you have to personally know a family member to get access as well.
Because I want to find someone that kind of has like more of a lay of the land area, almost like something to give me more information of like where everything is. Not like a map almost, but kind of if we were going somewhere, at least I know where I'm going. I'm not going to get lost in point A to point B. Actually, can I talk to the kids about that? Like the ones that were friendly.
Sure, the messenger kids, yeah.
Because they would know the land. So,
Okay. Give me a persuasion check as you try to see how much information you can get out of them.
Okay, that is 30-20.
30-20.
I have
Spend about a half hour talking to them. They seem pretty amicable to answering your questions. It'll cost you at least 2 silver crowns to kind of get the information out of them. What do you want to ask them?
Are there any rumors around this area about? Like about? Do you know anything about like the county? Have you kids heard anything about the councils or any particular strong rumors going around the area?
Orc kids are kind of interesting because they're
They would maybe listen around, kind of like.
yeah. And it's mostly orc kids that are the runners of the spire.
Like, have they heard anything about like a crystal, like maybe a cave or a mine or something, or like big rumors, things that are like really popular around the area?
Well, my dad tells me that that some old sourpuss out there in the Maya Valley didn't take the seat for the event coming up in Centerpoint. So they gave it to what's her name over there in the Arcane Enclave, Kaylin, I believe her name is. My dad says that Taki is a piece of shit, and that's why they didn't give it to him. And then my mom told him to shut up, and then my dad told her to shut up. They fought. I took some crowns, and anyways, they're. I mean, other than the fact that it's very unusual for them to offer up a seat after it's already been offered, I don't know. I haven't really heard of any rumors. Just people talking about it.
Thank you. Just kind of pat his head.
Oh, thank you.
Put
everybody
the
do that.
little silver coin. Just kind of.
Meanwhile, that's right, because you're still in the trench coat, so you would be taller.
It
Okay, yeah, I
feel
keep
like
forgetting
a
about it.
weird hand, though. It'd
Yeah,
feel
like a
it doesn't-
baby's hand rubbing a child's head.
No, it would be the fake hand. So it would feel. It would feel. Like
Oh,
when you
yeah,
put
the big fake hand. Yeah, gotcha.
So it would feel fake, but it kind of like it's still a nice gesture. It's
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Thanks. Hopefully, want the dad to be with a belt part. Okay, so that's kind of the reason why
I just picture like when you're at Universal and Optimus is just.
it looks like a real hand, but it just you know it's fake. It just feels fake.
I'm picturing Harry Potter's hand.
Yeah, like
Oh.
that was test dummy number 1, but it didn't quite work, so we put stuff in the rubber. Now it actually feels like a real hand.
Well, their hands are fake because they want to look proportional. But they haven't figured out the fact that they have a small baby head, unlike a proportionate body. So it always looks like kind of strange. But when you live in a strange
Shrunken
place,
head.
you might actually be
Big
normal.
Goomba. No, like big
Shrunken
head.
No,
Like
from
big
Beetlejuice. That
Not quite that small, but what's going on here? Hey. No.
So for all those out and about, anything you want to do, it's gone from mid-morning to afternoon at this point.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna head back to the.
For you to head back to the residence.
While walking, is there like large crowds or anything, or kind of like
Game perception.
perception?
Because all of the magic items are gonna be too expensive for us to buy right now. Because all our money is to keep.
15.
15. There is a crowd of orcs, goblins, and hobgoblins, and some
the belt we
Aarakocra
have does seem very nice.
kind of all
The belt
around
we have-
a platform,
have
a
seems
wooden
very
platform.
nice.
You can see a very elderly. By the way, Taki, when I described the elderly gentleman to you,
Yes.
he would have been orc. Most of the population in the Crown Spire are either orc, hobgoblin, or goblin. The occasional kobold, but they mostly work in the mines outside of the Crown Spire area, up in the Caldera Hills.
Orcs, dwarfs,
Yeah,
halflings,
yeah.
gnomes.
Very rare, not too many halflings, a healthy smattering of gnomes, the occasional dwarf.
Well, hammer strikers, dwarves.
Correct.
Clan.
They are a dwarf group, a guild house. This wooden platform, you can see this very elderly looking orc standing up on it, but he's wearing the colors of the dynastic family, and he's currently reading off of a massive scroll that he's got in his hands. And
Doing
Kind of-
an announcement almost?
yeah, like a crier almost. So you kind of work the edge of the crowd as he's got it out and he begins reading it.
Stealth checks? Kind of see if I can actually get towards it without anyone really noticing me.
Sure, I'm okay with that.
19.
19. Nice. Now, to all those present, the following decrees from the family. The final selection for the Center Point Council has been made. Our mistress Galen leaves for Center Point, soon to represent the Crooked Finger and the dynastic family as well. Lord, what was his name?
Eve Invader?
Excuse you?
What?
Lord Asterisk to travel with Mistress Kalen to make the announcement. Also, rumors of iron giants near the northern mines of the Caldera. If anyone is interested in possibly helping the local defense forces in sussing out these tribes, that help can be greatly appreciated and well paid for. Also, as well, a collapsed mine in the southern hills run by the hammer strikers, seeking aid as well if you happen to be skilled in mining or the recovery of collapsed mines. You can seek them out for guidance. Yea, be aware that the Northern Kingdom, where is it? Region 6. Where is my big map? Oh, there it is. The Northern Kingdom, known as Archway Bay, has recently been doing some incursions into the unending coast. If you are of mercenary worth and value, please seek out the Spire Guards. They will happily put you in connection with the unending coast. They are hiring in great numbers, and if you wish to sharpen your blade and dull your wit in the battlefield, they are gladly taking those that are experienced as well. That is on the 7th day of the 10th month of our given word of the founding of our fathers and our mothers. Good day. She kind of turns and walks off the platform.
The last one was they're hiring in the northern area, basically mercs.
The Archway Bay Kingdom has been causing incursions into the unending coast. The unending coast is hiring mercenaries.
Unending coast is hiring. Thank you.
So, are you heading back to the residence yet?
Yes.
Okay.
After hearing all that, I definitely want to give.
The afternoon meal is placed out. Eventually, Talia, Richter, Baroque, and Alva.
Yeah, because Alva would still be on.
Okay, and
It's
Alva
brother, son.
return gradually.
Hans is always on the bottom.
Hans is a bottom bitch.
If I take Hans out, he'd just be sitting there in the chair.
So as all of you gather
It's
back
not
to the
terrifying.
private residence of Takit on the 3rd tier looking down into the Starlight District, the afternoon meal has been laid out by the house caretakers, and there is a flurry of activity in preparation of the Lord's visit. What would you guys like to do? It's now
I'm eating.
early afternoon.
What'd you get?
Oatmeal.
I got 6 ounces of blueberry curry
Oatmeal.
For all that jewelry and stuff?
for all the jewelry. And the belt, I found out that the belt is a
+1
plus
belt.
1 to your AC, and it's got a 500 coin per bag of holding.
As
So,
well as
who's-
it improves your stealth.
oh, was it that too?
Mm-hmm.
It improved your stealth.
Gave
You
you
get
advantage on
advantage
stealth.
on stealth checks.
Okay. I forgot to write that down. On stealth. And it makes you quieter.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
So,
Can I check out that luminary shard dust?
yeah, I'll pull the box out. Don't snort it.
I take it out. I'm not gonna snap.
He sprinkles it on a piece of sandwich. Numbs your gums.
It's good. That's
It's good stuff. Actually, if you show it to Takit, you can give me an Arcana check with advantage because you are familiar with examining luminary shard.
Except I just realized it's like you need to be very popular with the court after one probably went missing for so long.
Guidance.
How much?
D4. You,
Okay.
I just assume whenever you're
Inspiration.
around 50, yeah, you're giving them guidance.
A D4 and a D6.
And a D6?
Yep.
Yeah, because he's going to give you some bardic inspiration as well.
Guidance for me.
Because in the background, he's like playing his bagpipes or whatever instrument.
I'm messing around with the flute.
Oh, yeah. Are you're playing with your bone flute?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm also like
I kept asking him, how do you play
19.
the bone flute? You don't have
you
lungs.
just watch it like get clasped between my teeth and then
I'd like more if you put the bagpipe between your lung and you push it down and use the air to play the flute. Which
I'm not gonna lie, thought about that.
He doesn't have a diaphragm.
he doesn't. He just pushes the bagpipe and it pushes it.
19.
What are you stealing?
To the powder.
Stealing the powder?
Shh.
All right.
It's good shit. It's not great, but it's good enough for most of your heavy spell casting or
Not
creation of spell focus or creation of spell components that you might need. It's marketable
That's clean.
luminary shard dust.
great. Worth.
It wasn't worth what Baroque thought it was worth, but it was probably worth the exchange.
Plus, you got
How much is it worth?
I mean, you would recognize it's worth maybe around 3,000 gold crowns.
Wow.
Give me a sleight of hand. Because
Oh, yeah,
neither of their passive perception is all that great.
Oh man, why I roll suck?
My passive perception's 14.
I got
That's not that great.
13.
We're all in the
So I
same
got
room.
a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
I mean, they easily see you trying to pinch like a small ounce of powder as you hand it off to Keith. Don't get pissy at your dice rolls.
I'm not. I'm just getting my dice roll.
Oh shit.
Do you
We
need
have
that for
Torian's
something?
house of pouches.
Yeah, I
of
actually
coins,
do.
too.
Okay, then.
You want luminary shard?
All right, I
Could
jump on my
help
back,
get you
take
out of, it
off.
could get you out of your bind that
I-
you're in, yeah.
Thanks. Oh wait. I owe you. I jump on my bat and take off.
No, you took a pinch.
Yeah, you took like an ounce.
You took
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth at least 500 gold crowns.
All right.
It's a good start. I mean, your gambling debts are a little severe, but your whorehouse debts are far worse. So, not to mention the other shit that you owe to other people, and so there's a lot of people you got to go deal with.
All the damage your bat has caused.
I don't even take into account that.
Well, while we're there,
So you're heading off towards the bastion.
Yeah.
I got Torian's pouch of gems and coins.
Mm-hmm.
What's in that?
Sit down and start sorting through it. Give me an investigation check.
Inspiration.
And was able to suss out the inkwell and pen.
And
Yes,
guidance.
and we'll get to that in a moment.
And like
Is
just
that
like look over your
Bastion
shoulder,
or-
you just see
You know,
my
some
skull
dog in a
throw.
suitcase.
And I
Um,
wanted to tell you this: when he brought me back, there's a painting of a luminary shard inside my skull that lights my
Eyeballs.
my.
Is that your
the
spell
socket.
focus?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's where the hair is kind of just anchored. Is that
Gotcha.
layer of-
I like that. That's cool.
Like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, creepy as fuck.
Exactly, yeah.
You can make it
It's the
longer.
pace.
You can make it shorter.
It's the
Like
paste
Play-Doh.
that holds the hair in.
It's like you go, his
Yeah.
hair gets longer. What'd you get?
17?
17. You find 12 gold coins,
Okay.
8 platinum, 7 silver, a small gold ring, small silver ring, and you find a strange
Oh, man, I totally
metal
screwed up.
tube about 2 inches long, 1/4 inch in diameter. Seems to have a metal stopper on one end of it.
Strange metal to 1/4 inch long?
No, 3 inches long,
3 inches long.
1/4 inches around.
That would have been a 14, by the way. I screwed up the
Oh, what?
roll.
Anybody?
That's right.
My passive
She has
is
14.
Yeah, she would have got you.
Okay. Fine, I just
Okay, were there any
thought
gems?
I'd mention it.
There were 2 small diamonds and 2 small rubies.
Diamonds.
Definitely keep the diamonds.
Fucking Tori. So glad I kept his shit. Okay, and then I'm gonna pull out my other pouch.
It's just
the
for-
linen pouch of
yes.
luminary dust shards that was off of the kobold body that Belfry ate. How many are in there?
How many luminary
Yeah,
shards?
I mean, ounces. How many?
Maybe like 3 small ounces worth. Nothing too. It was probably more than enough that the kobold mechanic would have needed to do any kind of restorative work on those engines that
I
were
know.
part of those
I hadn't
horseless
asked-
carriages
I
out
hadn't
front.
asked Then, so.
Yeah.
But all right.
Funny.
Sebastian.
It's like going right towards the buttons.
All of a sudden, this thing, the light turns red. The microphone
The whole
starts
room
swinging
starts
around.
rumbling.
Boots and hats.
Are you the magic? Tech magic.
Do you have detect magic?
Yes, I have detect magic.
The gold ring is.
Ring is magic.
It is.
It's ring of amputation.
Oh!
Wait. If that's true, hang on. Yeah.
It's a mimic ring. It eats your finger when you put it on.
I'm gonna pull it out and say,
That's the one ring.
it's
It's a
magic.
ring of divorce.
Yes, it is.
No, devour.
Magic.
Wrong deed.
Turns into a mouth.
17.
17.
Arcana.
It's well crafted. It's lightweight. Good. You can see the very, very wafer thin inscription of the luminary shard enchantment. It could be a ring of flying.
Might be a ring of flight.
I have an idea.
It probably requires attunement, so don't jump off the building until you've.
Of course.
You got to turn your boots on, Morty. Can't just go walking down the cliff, Morty. Got to turn your boots on.
So I'll slide. I'll take off the glove. You know, the gloves are off, so I'll slide the ring, and I'll sit there. For the
Within a
next
few
hour.
moments, it does not require attunement. You notice that Baroque starts kind of flying around the common room and then settles back down.
Sweet. We got a ring of fly.
Obviously, you should have that.
Ring of fly with
Oh,
one
yeah.
charge.
Yeah, because he's not ready to
I
fly.
should have a ring of fly.
It was a ring of fly with one charge.
Is that devil more speed, boss? Does it make me go a bit faster? Because I already have wings.
Jason, there's a ring of flight with one charge. Oh well. Yeah, you have a very nice ring.
Yeah, I'll try staying afloat for, until I fall.
Yeah, I mean, it'll last up to an hour once it's invoked. And it works just like a fly spell.
Okay, and after that hour, I'll
So many times per day? Is it once per day or is it?
No, it's just whenever, as a bonus action, you invoke fly. It lasts up to an hour.
It's a ring of fly, so when you invoke it, a fly shows up. For
For
like an hour, you can't kill it.
Jeff Goldblum.
It's Jeff Goldblum. Rumble fly.
Kill me.
Crap.
It's just a fly head, but just Goldblum's body.
Oh yeah, yeah, the abs and grease
He's like in the
down.
pose.
Yeah, Jurassic Park pose.
You know what makes that pose famous, right? It's the same pose from Crockett and Tubbs from Miami Vice. It's the exact same pose that
I
Tubbs.
thought it was the same pose as whatchamacallit, what's that old guy's name?
Michael Jackson.
No.
He does do that pose as well. He's got a picture with that same pose. It's just like this classic sex pose. I
Yeah,
think,
it's a
is
classic
what it
set. I'm a
is.
sexy dude.
Yeah,
Magna PI.
My junk's laying on my thigh pose.
the only hairiest man in the world that can get away with those dolphin shorts, man. The ass on that guy.
I'm going to show Taki the book, The Trinity of the Star Whisper Dynasty
Okay.
Oh,
book.
It's you can give me investigation as you examine the book.
Oh, a 2 plus.
Guidance.
That's a 4.
D4. Whatever your bonus is.
Sucks at dice rolls.
As you are flying around, the particular neighborhood you're looking for is pretty easy to find. It's the darkest, grimiest,
Has red lights coming out.
scummy neighborhood.
I can smell it before I get
And yeah, you can see other.
There's an occasional just dead body.
occasional. Every block.
No, they
Yeah.
just came
11.
through and cleaned
11.
it.
You just
but
see
I know-
guys in the alley just shaking guys. One's cutting his
11.
furs.
11.
Okay.
There's a snake lady
Once-
stabbing a blonde woman,
yeah.
just putting her by a tree.
Okay, you got me on that one. Okay. I have no morals.
He's looking gooey. He's looking gooey.
I can't.
Oh,
I
he's doing
can't
the
deal with
snot
this.
bubbles.
I forgot I did that. God, I am a sociopath.
Just leave her quietly by the tree. No, I don't think you heard that at all.
She's throwing shade my way, man.
Who is?
From there's a discreet, she's flying over. There's a snake lady stabbing a blonde by a tree. Just
I can't deal with this right now.
That was such a great move. It's so gonna come back and haunt you guys.
Oh,
So it's strange because, like, as you get closer to the bastion, you look to your right and you can see other like kobolds and goblins flying there, little individual creatures. Like one's flying a bat, not too dissimilar from yours, but another one's flying like a very small, like pterodactyl-looking creature, and they're all kind of gravitating like moths to a flame. Like they're all just slowly pretending that they're not all going to the same place. And to their credit, I mean, there's
literally a giant torch. No.
I mean, while the bastion does look grimy and scummy, it's almost as if the unspoken orders to make it look that way to keep out the people that they don't want involved. Yeah, keep out the riff.
the non-riffraff.
Yeah, the non-riffraff,
Yeah.
just to make it scary enough.
Mhm.
And that's the great secret of the bastion.
Okay.
As long as you know the right people and get involved with the right people, it's actually a fun red light district of the Spire. It's like the place to go
Right.
and get into anything illicit that you want to get into. And sure enough, the 3-story, you would recognize it as the Bone Tower, kind of like arcs up out of the dark neighborhood that it sits in. And there's lights kind of flashing off of it. On the top, you watch as the first person flying alongside you kind of lands nearby on a ledge. And the whole top floor is this massive goblin crowd, either dancing, just debauchery of all sorts up on the top tower. And you can see the stairs that curl around it that go down towards the bottom of the base of the tower, where all the drinking and main carousing and betting and all the real kind of, a more expensive debauchery that goes on.
Mhm.
And sure enough, the old One Eye is on the tower landing point, just as your bat lands alongside. It's like the movie Heavy Metal, where all the bats are
Mhm.
out
Yeah.
front,
Right.
and you come over and this rusty kind of old goblin with a patch, with a painted eye on the patch, and he's like, "Maggot, thought you were dead."
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, no one you know is here tonight. You know what I mean?
I need to make some payments.
Yeah, you kind of do. I'll get old Iron Guts. He'll take care of it for you. Why don't you go get a drink? Do a little gambling. Samantha's here too. Maybe she's not too tired after a day's work. Never know.
She always seems fresh to me.
Yeah, she would, Maggot. But you wouldn't know either, would you?
Nah.
Well, have fun, Maggot. Good to see you again.
All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, fuck you. Just kind of flips you off as you go walking away. But he kind of gives you this guttural laugh at the same time. Good old Maggot. And you kind of you start going through the crowd of dancers, and you can see, you're not aware of the two halflings in a trench coat. As far as you know, it's just Alva as she was introduced.
Mhm.
But you can see kobolds in a trench coat. You can see goblins in a trench coat. Like, it's a thing here. Like, it's kind of like a thing, And you look over at a table, and there's a couple goblins kind of like snorting orange spice off of a nearby table and getting all whacked out and kind of going a little bit crazy. And sure enough, as you're standing there amongst the crowd, you look over. There's old Iron Guts, big old ogre sitting in the corner of like all these booths that are around, and he's just there's just piles of goblins and kobolds all around him, just either getting hammered and drunk or other bizarre things going on. And old Iron Gut just takes a big, just. Is that you, maggot?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. I'm glad to see no one's bothered to kill you yet, maggot. Hey, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like picks up a goblin out from underneath his armpit, flings it out of the way. Yeah. Oh, you can continue to do that. Anyway. Hey, well, maggot, got any coin? You owe it all people money, buddy.
I got better than coin.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
You got people. Got wayward souls.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm always looking to fill up the brothels on the north side.
I got the magic dust.
There's like a silent calm all around the Iron Gut. No, really.
Yeah.
Can I see it? Just
Is my debts paid?
It might be. Let me take a look. Let me take a peek-see. I'll be damned. Hard to get this in the bastion.
Yeah.
Just
Very
for
good.
us.
Huh?
That's even then.
Is it even?
Yeah. I think it's even. He
Okay.
kind of plups it down into a large belt pouch on here. Hey, everybody. Round on maggot. The whole crowd just goes butt shit crazy as you just get saddled with more debt.
Wait, there's no way.
Old Iron Gut. You're just like looking around with your squinty eyes.
I ain't paying shit for that. That's on you. You called it.
You go wandering off into the crowd. Back at Keith's residence. What are you guys working on? What are you doing? Oh,
The
you
ring.
the ring.
Ring of fly. We were looking at
Yeah,
the fly.
and during during your downtime,
Inkwell and the pen.
yeah. So the inkwell and the quill are definitely magical.
I imagine for sending messages far
Yes, and that's exactly what you finally figure out it is. They are attuned to someone else, however. And when you started to experiment with random letters on a parchment with the ink, they would fade away. And you get the feeling that this device is attuned to someone that would receive messages from it.
So you,
Penis, penis, butthole.
Cock.
Purple
Dicks,
penis
D-I-X.
and penis.
that's what Maggie would write.
And we
The
took
crown
this, we
guard
took this off of the
are-
overimage, yes?
Yes, you did.
You suck cocks.
Who is also connected to the smuggling of goods into the different kingdoms and all the information you found about that.
If you
So
want
he
your
clearly has a
quill,
contact somewhere.
find maggot.
There's something on the side of the tube there.
If you can read this, you're not standing close enough.
It's just weird artwork that show up. Just strange different types of it.
I will write
X. D.
shipment hijacked, unknown.
Okay.
I'll just leave it like
I'm gonna, as you leave it like that, within like 20 minutes while all this other activity is going on before they all come back. It's unfortunate. Keep an eye out. I'll let the other 6 contacts know. Good luck. Then eventually everyone will return. You've gone off the bastion. The ring of fly. Anything else you guys want to do before
Yeah.
we worry
I wanted
about
to
dinner?
Talk about who's got the lowest AC because this belt gives +1 to AC.
Maggot's already gone. He took off to the bastion.
Your AC is 6.
14.
Okay.
1, 4.
It looks like 41 from my side.
I'm still trying to figure out how she thought 4 and 1 was 6, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you guys to throw up your set right.
Did you get
Yeah, right.
Everybody was in here set tripping.
Keats is 12.
I'm looking at it. I see 14.
Well, I saw the.
I saw 41, so I thought that was an impressive armor class. Thought I was going to pull out my THACO chart.
And to Keats
It's
is
just-
12.
I started
So-
stuffing bones in with my own.
I kind of want to give the
So is your armor class
Belt.
considered your natural armor class then?
No, that I actually have a
armor.
armor.
Like leather armor?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I kind of want to give the belt to Keith.
I can do myself mage armor.
Your AC is 12. Mage armor only gives you what, 4?
It bumps up to
13. 13 plus 2, 15.
which
So
I
it
think
bumps
this
it
would
up
still
3.
give you a bump.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think the belt would increase your AC as well.
Okay.
It does. It stacks.
Okay.
So
I'll start
so
attuning to it, I suppose.
give
Does
the
not
belt
require
to-
attunement.
The belt?
Does not require attunement.
I thought you said it.
The constrictor belt?
Constrictor
No,
belt?
it does require attunement.
Doesn't require attunement.
Not anymore. Not after he checked it out.
It doesn't require.
Like he puts it on and it seems to
On-
not need his mental focus and it doesn't try to kill him.
It's because he's already dead. Okay.
Probably. Nice.
But it doesn't.
You're right. She's like, you put it on, you're dead. Even if it constricted, it would just wrap around your spine.
Fine.
It only needs to
Dude,
turn into a living form.
It just,
Nice.
Still up his AC.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll still work. It just doesn't.
I mean,
I mean, for Takit and for Baroque, anytime they have no attunement needs.
They're dead.
So it gives me a +1 to AC.
So the Ring of Fly could still need attunement, but because you tried it, it didn't need attunement.
Correct.
+1.
Oh,
AC
God.
+1 stealth.
Advantage on stealth.
jump out the
checks.
window.
And it's got a 500 coin building.
Oh, that's great.
You know, with your backpack going around, do you make sounds through like whoopee cushion?
See, now I just got to get a whole bunch of just
Thank you.
files of bagpipe
And then-
sounds.
What does it look like?
It looks like a really nice reptilian belt made of possibly either T-Rex or some other form of dinosaur skin.
Okay, cool.
And
Reminiscent of
And
crocodile.
a sack like a scrotum?
It has a small leather,
Yeah.
like a
Like a
leather
raptor scrotum?
like a little coin purse attached
Okay.
to the side of it.
A little raptor
Nice.
scrotum coin.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like you're reaching into your crotch and putting coins in it.
Oh, God.
About giving the spyglass and the map to
Our
Maggot.
scout. Use our scout.
Yeah, so he can go up and look at it because he can get a better vantage point than we can on the ground.
Oh, you're right. Definitely. That's the way to do it.
Don't, and
So
also
when
don't
he
forget
comes
that.
back, he fly off
What's
to
that?
with luminary dust.
Probably to get laid.
Well, he said he had something to do, and he needed it. So
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, you also have advantage on stealth checks with it.
yes.
Yeah, advantage on stealth checks. So, you're not back yet.
Oh, he won't be back for a
So,
while.
You won't be back till morning.
what did you find out
Doing
about the hammer
advanced
strikers?
security work.
Were you able to make any contacts with the hammer strikers?
What was it again?
Were you able to make any contacts and inroads with the hammer strikers?
Not with them personally, but I did hear quite a number of rumors. I also heard you're kind of an ass to a lot of the people down there. Apparently to orcs specifically. I can't imagine why.
I can. I'm just like right now. I have the ring going. I'm just sitting on the ceiling with it.
I think
Yeah.
it would be safe for me to assume that not showing up or even sending a note or a message kind of soured my
Jason.
my reputation amongst everybody.
No, this goes way back. This is just rumors that she
Over a
heard.
long
Probably
time.
about
Oh.
7 years.
Yeah, this is just rumors in general.
Oh.
He goes back
I want to
about
explain to
7
everybody,
years.
like, all what the town crier was talking about, like the there's iron. There was quite a bit of stuff I heard down there. There's iron giants apparently near Caria. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. There's apparently a collapsed mine, and they're seeking aid for it. And there's even hiring for mercs.
Corin. It was Corin?
Carla, or it was like Colorado.
No, Corin was
Cholera.
the
Colorado.
Cholera.
Cholera.
Something. It's
I don't believe I
It's
said
the
it.
telephone booth.
cauliflower.
The North Mine near the Northern Caldera
Cauliflower.
of the North Hills.
Yeah.
Well, you said there was Iron Giants near Colorado.
The Caldera of the Northern Mines.
Cholera.
There's
Note
giant
takers.
cauliflower.
Note takers are my favorite.
There's giant cauliflower out there.
I
And
was taking notes on that. I was not taking notes on that.
They were and over by the
obviously a low level spine.
unending coast, they're hiring for mercs.
Due to
Maybe it might-
incursions from
The what was it? No, that wasn't the Iron Giants. It was
Incursions
Something to the north.
from the unending coast,
yeah,
or
The
incursions
northern-
into the unending coast.
into okay.
From the something north.
The something north.
the North Archway.
You might want to take that into
Archway
account.
Bay?
Maybe it
Archway
might
Bay?
Yes,
work
the
more
Archway
to
Bay.
your favor if we hire some people to go take care of that.
A
Lots
map?
of people
Yeah,
want to
the
work
map.
with you right now.
I have a map.
What was it? The Archway Bay?
Archway Bay. Yeah. The map should be in the Discord.
How
It
far
is,
back does
yeah.
my
It
memory
should be
go?
like a pin.
I have it like at home. I have it on my computer with a whole other thing.
The furthest your memory goes to is when you met Baroque.
7 years ago,
Um,
or when you met him, not when
and
you
then
turned
and
into
then
an undead.
muddled memories of my mother.
yeah, and then once your mother passes away, you
Non-specific
get,
mother.
and then the
Okay.
Yeah.
curse gets passed on to you once she passes. There was that 2-year period of isolation. And you think it's that absence that's kind of created this false rumor mill. And now because you didn't show up for the Centerport seat, people are like, oh yeah, see, he's an asshole.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of rumor mill that's kind of spilling out into the neighborhoods.
Thank you.
He's pointing things out to you right now because he goes every time he points to something to me now he goes "Hello," and I'm all like star.
He's like, why don't you tell me what it is? You just nod.
The mouse. Yeah.
Keep asking questions and no one answers me.
What?
It's like they can't understand my babble.
Did I
I can understand my babble.
think that I would have no problem with necromancy getting him back?
At the time, you thought that maybe you could pull it off.
Via
Yeah.
snap? Or
No, you knew it would take some study and some work because you felt bad about killing him by accident. So you felt that maybe you could bring him back in some form or another. And then, unfortunately, that didn't go too well. And you had to use a lot of the family's personal stash of luminary dust to kind of make it work.
Which
and
is
it
why we're
still
now
didn't
poor.
work. And it's almost like your youthful mistakes when you thought you were a badass. Just one
Yeah,
catastrophe
snowball.
after
Yeah.
another. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he loves snowballing.
Is that what you guys did together? That's how he was killed?
You're not here.
Get back from the whorehouse and then we'll talk.
Hurry up. Go,
Yeah.
finish
Yeah,
getting
big
in debt
snowball.
buying 4,000 goblins
Fancy for
drinks.
Still early before
Okay.
the Lord arrives, so what are you guys doing?
I'm pulling out that strange metal 3-inch tube, you know, Taurine's very small sex toy, which has a stopper in it, and I'm gonna hand that to Takeda. I found this in Taurine's belongings,
So what
but
is
I
it again?
didn't.
Oh, the tube.
return.
The 3-inch tube?
The 3-inch tube, strange metal 3-inch tube. This tube is 3 inches long and
Stopped at one end.
stopped
Is it
at
magic?
one end.
Not magical, no.
It might have a note in it or a finger bone.
I just fly out the window a bit.
Just air burst.
You don't hear the explosion
All
that
you see
disintegrates
is
you.
like two bony legs kind of
Fluttering.
A hand just.
No, it pops open and nothing happens. There's a rolled up piece of parchment inside of it.
Ha 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 ha.
Do you touch it? What hand do you use?
Yeah, as you open it opens up to about 8 or 9 inches in height. It's a list of names.
Ours
Many
on it.
names.
It is the list of every kingdom leader's name and their pages and their family members and their kind of their like everybody of any import in the kingdoms is listed on this short list. 3 of them are crossed out.
Which 3?
The 3 that are related
I'm going to
to
assume that they're dead.
To keep.
well, you can assume
Maggot.
that, whether it's true or not. To keep maggot.
All of our names.
No one knows about me. I've been in a freaking basement.
This was
The
Thorin's stuff,
Eric
or-
Cochran,
Thorin.
Sovereign of Wyndham, is crossed out. Goes
Oh,
by
my
the
cousin.
name of Lightfeather. The dwarven, the dwarven leader that goes by the name of Ardendock of the Highlands Reach, and then the regent of Unending Coast, known as Gordok.
Oh dear. Isn't that your one? That's not that song.
Oh me, oh my.
Oh dear. Oh me. Oh my.
Heavens to Betsy.
Oh dear.
Oh,
dear.
heavens to Murgatroyd and all the Betsies that line up on the edge, of the cliff that the lemmings all jump off of. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
It's not that good for me, but I still eat that.
Okay.
If you need sugar.
Was
That
was
doesn't
my
matter.
name on there?
Not that you can tell, no.
Okay.
The name of Lord Astreus' name is on there, however, including his wife that goes by the name of Valria Star Whisper. So both their names are on there as well. Your name is not.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
I don't know why he had that. That's weird.
Maggot.
Mm.
What part of the Bastion are you looking to get involved in?
Mm.
Whatever the girl was.
Probably that boned out chick they were talking about.
The what?
Probably that boned out chick they were talking about.
Sue.
Peggy.
So you're gonna head over to the Shield
Peggy,
Maiden's Sanctuary.
Pegleg? That's what her name is.
Sure.
Peggy. She's
Yeah,
like,
you-
Exactly.
So like as you come out of the Bone Tower and into the grimy streets of Bastion, it's just
You get a D4, D6 inspiration.
Oh,
You
are you itching?
I built this place for you, Maggie.
must have the Bone Tower. Right.
As you come out of the Bone Tower and into
I
the
don't feel
Bastion
anymore.
streets, you can tell, people
There's-
are in darkened alleyways doing curious things, and people are selling illicit goods. And a goblin comes walking by. Hey, buddy, want to buy some eyeballs? And he's got dozens of eyeballs like hanging off metal hooks on the inside of his jacket.
There's a guy on top of the Bone Tower that needs one to talk to him.
He heads over to the tower and starts climbing up towards the top of it. Before long, you see a 2-story structure with all these half-naked male and female or goblins kind of hanging off of it, and they all watch to see you. And this one like burnt out goblin with really bad like gremlin makeup, the
right.
gremlin.
Right, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Is that you, maggot? And then you look up to see the Shield Maiden signature of the brothel, like over the double entry door. Is that you, maggot?
Golden
Who is
shower incoming.
Who is it?
It's her.
What's her name?
Shit, you're gonna make me pick out a name for
Yeah.
her?
Mhm, yeah.
Damn it.
Name is.
I want to know her
Grace.
whole family history.
Yeah, no, she's got
No.
one.
I know.
She goes by the name of Lila.
Oh, Lila.
Yeah, you remember?
Hello. Yeah, I remember.
Right there.
I don't think you should.
What does it say?
Something about gremlins too.
There you
Yep.
go. So freaking hot.
Hey,
Anyway.
you
Boa and
coming
all.
up? You got coin?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got a couple people up here who'd love to meet you.
Okay.
Why would a couple people love to meet you?
Hey, man.
I'm thinking of breaking kneecaps.
One for the golden
Don't
shower
judge.
and one for
As
the
far as
broken
you know, you
chocolate.
just
He
need to
may
be
come
back
back with a broken leg.
roughly early evening in time for
Okay.
for the Lord's arrival. So you're like, you've got a little bit of time you could kill here if you
Yeah.
wanted to. It'll cost you roughly 8 gold crowns for the day
Okay.
to hang out here,
Yeah.
drink and carouse
That'll
and
work.
gamble and take part of both women
Catch
and
infectious
boys.
diseases.
I already got them all. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is that why you're all itchy?
Eight.
I thought that was the fleas.
No, it's not the coat either. It's just it's the
It's the twitch.
No, I
It's
just
not
That's why I
tweak.
don't have skin anymore.
the doctor says I have urine in my blood when I pee. So
So wrong. I'm not even sure your goblin penis looks like a penis anymore. It's just
it's
like
bubbly.
it's just like a really
It's a
bad
barnacle.
loaf of bread.
It's a hot dog.
It's a barnacle.
It's
It's like
like
a barnacle.
There's things living on it.
yeah. It's like a brat where right when the bubbles start to form.
Black in the crack.
Oh god!
more like Olympic shoes. There's no rolled up.
Burst.
And there's
They're there, and when I wake up in the morning because I hear this in the bathroom. Ah! Ah! Okay, that wasn't too bad.
And whenever the piss bucket boy comes in, it's like orange slushy.
No, it's gel.
It's like a gelatinous ooze.
it's not even orange.
Viscous.
Yeah.
Not even clerics can cure it. It's like, aha! Oh hell! That's
Wait. You know, like when pus gets like really
You,
bad,
you got one
greenish?
up close
Yeah.
the size of
Yeah,
cantaloupe.
it's
You got
it's
another one the size
that
of an almond
with
that
All right,
changes
all
around.
right, all
All
right.
right.
Stop talking about his genitals.
yeah. Let's talk about maggots' genitals now. And then,
you start.
So
We haven't even
you're
gotten to that part yet.
so you're whining the day away
Yeah.
over in the bastion doing
Okay.
your thing.
yeah,
I'm
doing the
working
triple
on
crown.
a song.
Okay, song to entertain his lordship when he arrives.
No,
No, just the song.
yeah, for something a little bit later.
Okay.
I have something. I have I have a thing that I've practiced for 7 years
Okay.
to entertain guests.
With that, the meal is being prepared. The
Alma,
accommodations being made.
Alva, do you have any contacts that can find out some information about Lord Astreus before he comes?
I may, but it would use some persuasion.
How much persuasion?
I hand you 20 gold.
That's definitely enough.
All right.
Stack of coins in your hand.
I need to know his feelings of loyalty.
Wait, what was I doing?
If he honors
You need to
if he
figure out
honors
Lord Astreus.
if he honors loyalty, or if he'll turn on you and stab you in the back for no reason.
Never thought I could go down. Can I? So I guess after that, they're basically getting the gold coin. Or just, but the work of an informant just never ends. So I'm just gonna take the coins and then I'm gonna start heading out then.
Okay. So you got Maggot in the Bastion. You're heading to see if you can find out some information about Lord Astreus before he arrives. What
And
are the
it's
rest of you
Astreus
doing
like
until then?
Astray with an S, right?
Is it?
A.
Astreus.
Like
Astreus.
Astreus.
like astral.
Astreus.
I was thinking Astrea.
Astray you.
Like Astrea Mountain Parkway.
Exactly. Same thing, stars.
So anything else you guys want to do while they're still gone at this point?
I'm making a history check to see how much other people, like if I actually know anyone down towards the
It would be definitely centered either in the Starlight District or could be someone in the Verdant Gardens.
bird guards.
Okay. Give me a history check.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't go too well, but 10. But
There's only one person that you would probably go to with this information, and she goes by the name of Althea, and she runs an apothecary in the Verdant Gardens. She's a gardener And the Verdant Gardens is the only large acreage that's like open to the general public of the Spire. It's an amalgamation of parks, wildlands, and it's imagined that maybe this is what the place used to look like before the caldera was a volcano. It erupted and then became this dormant landscape of just mostly mineral resources that are mined from all around it.
If I wanted to talk to her, would I have to like maybe buy a certain flower or something since she said she works at, or maybe like a certain herb that would, since she works on
Also,
apothecary?
I would like
Sure, I'm okay with that. She would know.
to
So-
not divulge anything
penis.
that you've learned from this parchment.
Of course.
As you're hanging out in the park,
So the song I'm working on is
you see a familiar gnomish Althea coming, kind of running across the park. She sees your tall form. Alpha, I got your purple penis. I didn't know you were in town. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I need some information.
I'll try to help. What do you need?
I need to know how much you know about Lord Astraeus. Any juicy details, rumors, anything you would particularly know about.
Give me persuasion with advantage because she is considered a
I
threat.
already have it.
Then I'll lower the DC for you.
triple advantage.
We've
Which is
discussed
3 dice.
that.
3 dice. Triple
I
advantage.
know, and I
is 3
think it's
dice.
great.
What happens if you're open?
It's triple advantage. No.
Oh, okay, this is gonna be fun. So 18 plus 6.
24. Althea, well, I mean, they're the original family of the Spire, which you would already know that. As far as I know, Lord Astraeus is the 12th generation of the family.
12 generation.
He's kind of known for his kind of his word, and I've had some business dealings with his wife. She is quite a lovely person as well. They rule the Crown Spire. They lord over the power that manages the crooked finger, and they can be heavy-handed if crossed. But so far, of all the leaders that we've had over the course of the last 20 or 30 years, I would find his leadership to be most prosperous. Yes. Well, as far as orcs go, but yes, he's quite. The family is very much a connoisseur of potions that deal a great deal in illusionary magic, as well as astral travel. And they are very much into celestial writings as well.
Celestial writings.
Need to get a tablet right faster.
I'm sorry, Bill, what were you saying?
So the
Let me
song
see,
writing,
has there been any
after
sort
hearing
of
what you guys-
Who you getting back, Pats?
after hearing what you guys went on.
Mom's trying to distract me, Dad.
Okay.
has there been even though you worked with his wife,
Yes.
maybe
Not sure what happened.
problems between them? No, any juicy details? Have you heard anything?
She was in recently, complaining about her husband's
Go to
disappointment in one of his recent attempts to bring some power back to the Maya. For some reason, evidently has a soft spot for this individual that goes by the name of Takit. Their family was known to the dynasty, and evidently he was trying to offer this person a leg up, and they didn't show.
Oh dear. Thank you for all your lovely bit of information. Take a few gold coins in the bag and just kind of clasp her hands. It's been wonderful doing business for you.
Always good to see you there, Miss Gluff. I'll see you next time. Always with the purple penis.
Exactly.
See you later.
Still gonna keep wandering around a bit
Okay.
more. Maybe another group. I actually want to check the whorehouse because Sometimes you find more dirty information there than
You want to
anywhere
head
else.
over to the bastion? Okay.
But
So
this
you-
time, I'm not. So this is gonna be an odd one. Me and Hans are gonna split,
Okay.
and because I know Hans is gonna.
So when she says Hans, I think of Hans and Franz from Saturday Night Live.
We
We are going to
Bump
you up.
But in this case, basically, it's like because it's more easier because you said that there were lots of already people that were like in trench coats, so we can be more open from what.
Yeah, it's definitely the seedy red light district at the Spire.
On more known than I would.
Maybe your choice.
Well, we can do a history check for Hans, see how bad of
Sure.
how many STDs he's
Sure.
got.
Yeah, you missed it. Rocky came up with a new term.
Huh.
Get some gnome dome.
No.
No. Or
19.
19. He knows a couple places. He does know of the Shield Maiden, but he also knows of another part of the Bastion. There's the another brothel known as the War Room. And then there's another brothel known as Alara's Ecstasy.
Oh, that would sound more fun.
That one's also kind of known for its spice den.
Maggots in there. Got a pipe in his mouth. It's all-
We just
Laid
the one
out.
for necrophilia.
Everybody's like everybody's stealing his boots and shit. It's just-
You wake up, it's just your loincloth.
yeah,
and
it's
that's it.
all one.
I walk away with his boots.
So
His
you
pants
and
missing.
you and Hans are gonna go check out the Bastion. The rest of you are at Tikit's residence, and you're at the Shield Maidens. It's a good place to stop because eventually the Lord is going to arrive for the evening's meal, and everyone will be back there eventually. So, all right, everybody, thank you. We're gonna call it quits there. We will see you next Tuesday, same time. We should be here. Be safe, be kind, and don't forget the most important thing in the world.
Rewind. Oh, no.
No, play a game.
Play a game.
Play a game. Good night, everybody.